Welcome back inside the Tokyo Dome. It is a full house, an absolute event here in Tokyo as the New York Yankees take on the Tokyo Giants and Hideki Matsui returns to his native land. Masashi Kaneda, the only 400-game winner in the history of Japanese baseball, threw out the first pitch to Yogi Berra. And Hideki Matsui will take to the outfield now and begin to jog up. Now, a couple of moments ago, they actually introduced both starting lineups, and all eyes were on Hideki Matsui. We wanted to see what kind of ovation he got, and why don't we take a listen to how he was received here at the Tokyo Dome.
Batting fifth, the right fielder.
Now, in the interest of fair reporting, Kenny, we have to be honest. The ovation was not wild like you would hear at Yankee Stadium. It was warm, it was polite, but it certainly was not thunderous.
Well, I expected a little bit more myself, Michael, but the fact is that, maybe if he hits a home run tonight, you might hear the roof blown off this place in Tokyo Dome. But it was, Japanese people in general are kind of reserved. And to give him a big hand, it was bigger than all the other players, except maybe one of the players for the Tokyo Giants, who's been around for quite a long time. But Matsui certainly is the man in this country.
And they call him the Michael Jordan of Japan, the Beatles of Japan, all rolled into one. Every movement that this man makes is recorded, digested, written about, and it's the same thing while he's with the Yankees. All the games that the Yankees play are actually televised here in Tokyo, and they get huge ratings. Remember, they're on right early in the morning, so people cannot get enough of Hideki Matsui. Now, one of the nice things here, Japanese tradition in these exhibition games, is that there's gift giving after both of the lineups have been introduced. And the gift giving for both teams, the Yankees gave the Yomiuri Giants the interlocking NY cap, and the Giants gave the interlocking YG cap to the Yankees. Some of the Yankees actually put on the cap, and those will be keepsakes that they will treasure forever. And we spoke about that ceremonial first pitch. Yogi in full Yankee pinstripes. And he couldn't block it. Not like the old days. And Yogi got a little bit chapped. But it got a lot of laughs, and this man is a legend. Masashi Kaneda, 400-game winner here in Japan, and he is beloved as well. So it's been a very nice feel the couple of days that the Yankees have been here. This is the first of 4 games that they are going to play. It'll be the Hanshin Tigers tomorrow, and then the 2 games against the Devil Rays. And you see Kaneda's record, 400 wins for Kaneda, the only 400-game winner. And you consider that they only play 140 games in this league, to ring up 400 wins is quite a bit.
Yeah, he pitched for 20 seasons in Japanese baseball, most of those years with the Yomiuri Giants. And you're right. You could see that he made his living by keeping the ball down.
Absolutely, and they're readying the field right now. And it is unbelievable how different the games are. Why don't we just give you a quick look at it? In the United States, you can become a free agent after 6 years in the big leagues. In Japan, it takes 9 years. Now, in the United States, they're going to use a 5-man rotation. That's been that way for about 25 years. It used to be a 4-man rotation. Here in Japan, it's a 6-man rotation. They usually have 1 day off per week, so you get 1 start per week if you're a pitcher.
1 start per week, and that start usually falls on the same day. So if you have fans that like to see you pitch, they know exactly which day of the week you're going to pitch.
162 games they play in the United States. In Japan, the different leagues, the Central League, it's 140. The Pacific League is 135. And the Tokyo Giants play in the Central League, which is the more established league of the two. In the United States, 25-man roster size. In Japan, 28. But it's really 25 that are in the dugout. 3 men are actually on a taxi squad. So those are some of the differences here. And now the 9-year free agency is a big deal because that's how long Hideki Matsui played. He actually played 10 years for the Tokyo Giants. You can't not even think about leaving until you play 9 unless you're posted. And if you're posted, well, then obviously the team in the United States would have to pay the team a certain amount of money and then negotiate. Now, the Yomiuri Giants have a rich history in this country. They were established in 1934, and the reason that they were established were to play the American teams that came over in Barmstorm during the winter. Now, in that time, 1934, 39 league championships, amazingly the same number as the Yankees, American League pennants, 20-time Japan Series Series winner. And that started in 1950 because that's when the Japan Series started. So 20 times since 1950. The home stadium is the Tokyo Dome. It was built in 1988, kind of fashioned from the Minnesota Metrodome. The manager is Suneo Horiuchi, and their slogan for their 70th anniversary season is "For the Glory." Right now, you look at this place, and we're going to follow this closely during the game. They have a different form of cheering, that's for sure. And you'll see out in right field, which is the Tokyo Giants, really fandom. They make a lot of noise and sing a lot of songs, Kenny.
Well, each team in the league has its own fight song. We were here early for the previous game between the Devil Rays and the Hanshin Tigers, the first of this doubleheader, and the Tiger fans really got into their fight song. They sang it continuously throughout the game, and the Giant fans will do the same thing with the Giants.
And that game actually ended in a 7-7 tie. They will not have extra inning in these two exhibition games. Now let's take a look at the starting lineups today. Rico presents today's starting lineup. And let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup. Left fielder is Kenny Lofton. He'll lead off. Now we'll tell you why he's in left field in just a moment. The shortstop is Derek Jeter. He will bat second. The third baseman is Alex Rodriguez. He'll hit third. Batting cleanup, and Joe Torre did this because he knows how big Matsui is, and playing center field, which he played here with the Giants, is Hideki Matsui. You see his numbers last year with the Yankees, his first year in the States. Gary Sheffield, the right fielder, bats fifth. Batting sixth and playing first base, Jason Giambi. Jorge Posada will catch. He'll bat seventh. Batting eighth and DHing Ruben Sierra. And the number 9 hitter is the second baseman, Enrique Wilson.
Hasanori Takahashi makes the start. He had only 10 last year because of injury. 4-4 record, 3.84 earned run average, 86 and 2/3 innings, 79 hits allowed. 14 of those were home runs, 27 walks, 78 strikeouts. The Yes Pitcher Scouting Report will be presented by Jeep. He was on the DL last year with shoulder problems. He has the ability to win 10 or more games. He's a breaking ball pitcher. Actually throws a screwball and a lot of off-speed stuff. So the Yankees might have to wait back on Mr. Takahashi in tonight's ball game.
Giants have taken this game very seriously. Over the last month, they have met 20 separate times to discuss the New York Yankees. Let's take a look at the Yomiuri defense. Takayuki Shimizu is in left field. Tuffy Rhodes in center. And Yoshinobu Takahashi is the right fielder. At third base, Akira Ito. The shortstop is Motosugo Kawanaka. Toshisha Nishi is the second baseman, and Roberto Perugini is at first. Shinoki Abe is the catcher, and they say he's a lot like A-Rod behind the plate, and you know the pitcher is Takahashi. So we are ready, and we are looking forward to this. It should be fun. Let's take a look at the umpires today. It's significant that there's a Japanese umpire behind the plate. Masanobu Sasaki. C.B. Buckner from the States is the first base umpire. Hidoshi Watarita is at second, and Joe West over at third. So we are ready for baseball. You have all the names, you have the lineups, so let's go. Kenny Lofton digs in. You see his totals last year. Takahashi is ready, left-handed against left-hander Lofton. And the first pitch is a strike. Japanese pitchers are known to keep the ball down in the zone. They've taught that from the very beginning.
And they also throw a lot of strikes, and maybe not overpowering.
And the count is level at 1-1.
It's interesting. Just as the generation of ball players in the United States have gotten bigger and stronger, one of the first things I noticed when I walked on the field, the Japanese players were bigger and stronger as well.
Ground ball to first base. Perugini is there, and he'll put it away for the first out of the game.
Kenny Lofton having a slow spring. He came in tonight hitting 174 without any stolen bases. Now, you know that he knows how to steal bases. He's the active leader among players in steals, but he's got to get his bat going as we get closer to the regular season for the Yankees.
Here's Derek Jeter. Crowd gave him a warm hand during introductions. Obviously, all the Yankee games are on here in Japan, so they know the Yankees very, very well. And Jeter, a big name in the lineup, got a big hand. High fly ball to center field. Rhodes is there, and Tuffy puts it away for the second out of the inning.
Mike, you mentioned this place is patterned after the Metrodome, and if you look at the roof here, same sort of roof situation, although from the players that I've talked to, they said the ball is easy to follow. That's not the case in the Metrodome in Minneapolis, where many fly balls have been lost by both infielders and outfielders. I looked at the paneling on the roof here, and it's actually a little bit darker than what you see in Minneapolis. Jeter runs that ball out as he flied out to center field.
And it's probably hard for an outfielder to pick up the ball with all the flash bulbs that went off. Same deal here with Alex Rodriguez. Recording every moment. And the pitch to Rodriguez. He has to skip rope to get out of the way.
A-Rod and Jeter actually came to the plate with the same batting averages this spring at .302 coming into the game. There's the man that everybody wants to see waiting on deck. And interestingly enough, Joe Torre moved him up in the lineup.
Out of respect for what he's done here in Japan. MVP totals for Alex Rodriguez. And he pops one up on a changeup. Nishi is there, and he'll put it away. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Takahashi and the Yomiuri Giants. So we'll have to wait till the second inning for Hideki Matsui to get his cuts. And the Giants are coming up to bat.
The exciting new, nothing else like it, GMC Envoy XUV. Exclusively at GMC dealers. Now get $37.50 total cash back or 0% APR for qualified buyers on every new 2004 GMC Envoy. To see the new XUV and the entire Envoy family, see the pros at your local GMC dealers.
In the desire to move ideas forward, printing in black and white has served us well. But color is more effective. The fly in the ointment. Cost. Imagine multi-function printers that give you low-cost color without raising the cost of your black and white. The new line of color printing systems from Ricoh. Ricoh.
Well, the Yankees went down in order, and now it's the Tokyo Giants' turn against Jose Contreras, and Ricoh presents today's Giants starting lineup. Toshihisa Nishi is the second baseman who lead off. Takayuki Shimizu is the left fielder batting second. Batting third and playing third, Akira Ito. The right fielder is Yoshinobu Takahashi. He'll bat cleanup. Batting fifth and playing center field, Tuffy Rhodes. He's from the States, and he is a hero here in Japan, and we will detail that a little bit more as the game goes along. The first baseman will bat sixth. His name is Roberto Perugini, and one of the highest paid players here in Japan. Kazuhiro Kiyohara is the DH. He'll bat seventh. Batting eighth and catching is Shinosuke Abe, and the shortstop is Motosugu Kawanaka, and he will bat ninth.
Had a nice talk with pitching coach Mel Stoudemire about the spring of Jose Contreras. This is what he did last year with the Yankees. You'll notice it's 72 strikeouts in 71 innings. He has struck out 23 men in 14 2/3 this spring. And yes, pitcher scouting report is presented by Jeep. He's had a strong spring. Fastball mid to upper 90s. And when he gets two strikes on a hitter, he can throw an unhittable splitter. It should be interesting to watch how the Japanese hitters react to Mr. Contreras.
Defense behind Jose Contreras. Lofton's in left. Matsui in center. Sheffield is over right. Obviously, during the regular season, Matsui would be in left. Alex Rodriguez, the third baseman. Derek Jeter at short. Enrique Wilson plays second. Giambi at first. Jorge Posada behind the plate. And as Kenny detailed, Jose Contreras is on the mound. One thing that's interesting to note is that the Yankees are using the baseball that's used in the States, the official Major League Baseball. And the Tokyo Giants, when they're on defense, are using the Japanese baseball, and the baseballs are quite different. And the pitch is a strike.
Here's a look at the two balls. And in fact, the balls, the American League ball, the Major League ball, issued by Major League Baseball. The balls used by the Giants, each team issues their own baseball. So this is an official Giant ball on your right there, and Major League Baseball on the left. The Giants ball is smaller and tackier to the field.
Nice start by Contreras as Nishi goes down looking. And the Yankee dugout is checking out the different baseballs. And you can see that just feeling how tacky it is. When Kenny says tacky, that means that it's harder.
It's sticky.
It's sticky, and
yeah.
you can actually snap off a breaking ball a little bit harder. And you can see Yogi held a lot of baseballs in his hand, seems somewhat befuddled by how that ball feels. It almost feels rubberized, Kenny.
Well, Contreras just snapped off a nice breaking ball with a Major League Baseball that struck out Nishi. And now with 24 strikeouts in 15 innings this spring.
Here's Shimizu. the left fielder against Contreras. And there's a strike.
Yeah, those 24 strikeouts leads all American leaguers in strikeouts. He is each and every start he's gotten better this spring. Speaking of Contreras, that's what Shimizu, the left fielder, did last year in a Giant uniform.
An awkward swing right there as he fouls it back. And that was the splitter that Contreras uses as his out pitch. There's the right field, I guess, bleacher creatures version here in Japan, and they sing throughout the game as their team is up, and that's what they're doing right now. Boy, they must be in shape to yell that long. Another strikeout for Contreras as Shimizu goes down with a weak hat. 2 Ks, 2 outs, and that'll bring up Akira Ito, the third baseman.
This is that unhittable splitter. You don't want to get 2 strikes with Contreras. That ball, it might have ended up out of the strike zone. It looks like a strike, and then it isn't. And sort of a weak hack from Shimizu.
Eto swings and misses. Strange sight right now. As the game's going along, the starting pitcher, Takahashi, is warming up in front of the Giants' dugout. I don't think they've seen a splitter like that.
You know, years ago when we came here, and I played here last in 1984, one of the things that the Japanese hitters mentioned about the major league pitchers, they threw very hard and had very good breaking balls. So they're aware, and a man the size of Contreras, you don't have many pitchers in Japan at his size, and you know he throws upwards of 95 plus.
And the 0-2. High fastball over the head of everybody.
That's a wake-up call no matter what time it is.
Well, it's early back in New York. Right here, it is 22 minutes after 7 in the evening. Another weak hat, another splitter, and what an impressive performance by Contreras. 3 up, 3 down, and when we get back, Hideki Matsui returns to the Tokyo Dome with a bat.
There's a state where there's fun around every corner, where all cars are turbocharged, and there's a direct link between the right foot and a smile. Maybe that's why people who test drive a Saab usually buy one. This is the state of independence. Welcome.
Get $500 bonus cash when you take immediate delivery of a new 2004 Saab 9.3 linear sports sedan. Offer ends March 31st. Residency restrictions apply. Call 1-800-SAAB-USA for details.
I always said I was going to be playing professional baseball. And that's all I ever talked about. The thing that means most to me is I want to be remembered as a Yankee. You either love us or hate us. I mean, I enjoy playing at home in front of the greatest fans in the world. And I also enjoy going on the road, people booing us and hating us. The bottom line is when you compete, you want to win. I live for this.
Catch Major League Baseball live all season long on TV. Don't miss it.
You're asking me? That's so embarrassing. No. No? No. 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 Nope. No. No.
Will you go to the prom with me?
No. Oh, please.
For more info, go to OperationGraduation.com.
Imagine what America would be like today if Martin Luther King never had a dream. Help keep the dream alive. To find out more about the Martin Luther King Memorial in Washington, D.C., call or log on now.
Well, it has been proven that Hideki Matsui certainly has a flair for the dramatic. This is a dramatic moment.
Welcome home, number 55, Hideki Matsui.
nice warm hand for Matsui. Remember, his first at bat as a Yankee got a base hit through the left side of the infield against the Blue Jays on opening night last year, and during the home opener, he hit a grand slam. He also hit a home run in Game 3 of the World Series, so Matsui does rise to the occasion. It is Christmas here in Tokyo as the flashballs pop.
Mentioned the fact that Matsui's having an excellent spring. You know, the 16 home runs, you can almost guarantee he's going to hit more than that this year if he stays healthy.
It's like a World Series game when you see the first pitch of a World Series game. The pitch to Matsui recorded, and you can see the flashbulbs off the helmet as well. Matsui looking like he wants to go yard.
Yes. Hey, you can imagine the pressure that's on him right now. At the press conference yesterday, he was very well spoken. There was nothing lost in translation.
The cheering in the right field bleachers right now. We have somebody translating for us. They are chanting, "Hit a home run, Matsui." Foul the bat. It was a very difficult decision for Hideki Matsui to leave Tokyo. As we said, the Michael Jordan of Japan, absolutely beloved. The Giants are the team to play on, but he wanted to prove himself at what he felt was a higher level. Long fly ball to right field. Flair for the dramatic. Sayonara! A home run for Hideki Matsui. Welcome home. That many times, Kenny, it's not an accident.
No, you're right. You couldn't write a better script. First at bats, it's coming home, and I mean, that ball would have been out of any ballpark. Well hit by Matsui, and I mean, the crowd rose as one. The chanting must work. I wish they would have chanted when I was hitting here.
And the pitch to Sheffield is a strike.
Even with 2 strikes, no panic in his at-bats. And he's probably giving scouting reports to the rest of the Yankee hitters about the pitcher Takahashi.
Fly ball to left field. Shallow. Shimizu coming in and makes the play on the run for the first out. While Matsui answers the pressure, every move that he has made while he's here has been watched. And this one will be watched over and over and over again, and he even got a chance to watch it. It was so deep.
As you mentioned, 140 million people in the country of Japan, and I can guarantee you about 280 million eyes saw this one leave the ballpark. Had that classic sound. And gone.
Here's Jason Giambi. And under no circumstances did Takahashi groove that. This is an important game for the Giants. They want to prove that they belong on the same field as the fabled New York Yankees, and he was trying to get Matsui out. Here's a strike.
I had a chance to speak to Yankee general manager Brian Cashman. And I asked Brian, when the Yankees signed Matsui, did he have the feeling that someday the Yankee ball club would play in Japan? And he said he thought about it, and that has come to fruition. And he said he had a chance to meet Matsui's parents. And one thing he told Matsui's parents, that there's no ball player that has represented the Yankees and their tradition as well as Hideki Matsui has done since he's been in New York. And that's very true. He is a very introspective man. All his answers were right on the money yesterday in a press conference. He said he was happy to be here and looking forward to competition against his former team.
And Giambi walks. Well, when Matsui is in Japan, Kenny, he's pretty much in his apartment. He can't leave his apartment. He can't go out to dinner in public unless they have a private room. He gets absolutely mobbed. And he has his own plane as well. He's a spokesman for an airline here in Japan. And you drive through the city, and he's on every billboard advertising something. He is the biggest name probably in Japan, not just in sports, but in Japan as a whole. Here's Jorge Posada. A little bit low. Derek Jeter actually said he was not looking forward to the flight here to Japan, but he was looking forward to being here because he could walk on the streets and nobody's mobbing him. But he lives Matsui's life in New York. Matsui can pretty much walk unrecognized in New York, but not Jeter.
See, but the Japanese fans are well aware of who the Yankees are and what they represent. And Derek Jeter, because as you mentioned, games are on live here. Every single day the Yankees play in New York or on the road in the American League, those games are on here. And the reason why is the man sitting next to Derek Jeter.
In fact, they are on national television. They're not just on in Tokyo. They're on throughout the country. And the people who run the Tokyo Giants, the Yomiuri company, they're not thrilled about it because the Yankee games actually outrate the Tokyo Giant games sometimes.
You know what's very interesting about that as well is when Ichiro, the great star of the Seattle Mariners now, was playing here in Japan, he played for the Oryx Blue Wave. And that team was not on television as much. So the Japanese fans actually see him more now that he's gone to play in Seattle because all their games are on TV as well. They didn't see him as much here in Japan.
In fact, the Tokyo Giants, just to give you an idea about Matsui, you see Posada swing through
looked like a screwball.
A little bit of a screwball. The Tokyo Giant games are actually broadcast nationally on 2 stations. It would be like ABC and NBC doing a team's games and broadcasting them throughout the United States. That's how big the Tokyo Giants are.
And it's the same tonight. This game is carried on 2 networks throughout Japan.
Here's Ruben Sierra, switch hitter batting right-handed. And the pitch is inside. The only time I could even remember that happening in the States was the first Super Bowl, where both NBC and CBS broadcast the game. But it doesn't happen anymore, not with rights fees.
Well, the Super Bowl has become an event, and this game is an event in this country.
Well, the seats for this game are going for about $250 for the best seats in the house.
And once it was announced that they were sold out very quickly. This game of all the games has the most juice here in Japan. Japanese fans interested in that man. They want to see him return. They've already got their money's worth. A home run first time up.
Strange for Alex Rodriguez, not the biggest star. Not even close to Matsui here in Japan. And by the way, Alex Rodriguez, who bruised his left cheekbone in a game Wednesday against the Boston Red Sox, he's obviously fine. He's sporting a little bit of a shiner under his left eye. But x-rays were negative, and he is okay. Not as pretty as he usually is, but he's okay. Swing and a miss.
That was the fastest pitch that Takahashi has thrown in the game, a high fastball by Ruben Sierra. Once a pitcher shows you he's going to throw a lot of junk, you have a tendency to wait on it, and all of a sudden he can bust a fastball upstairs and get it by you.
3-2 count. Giambi will go, and the pitch is fouled away.
One thing I can tell you, that the Japanese teams are well schooled in how they should pitch the Yankees. They go over video. As you mentioned, they've been talking about this game for months. And I can recall when we came over here in '84, as I came with the Baltimore Orioles, they had gone over the video because they knew how to pitch just about everybody on our team, with the exception of Eddie Murray. And they couldn't pitch to him in the States either. But Eddie hit 11 home runs in 14 games.
Again, Giambi will go. And the 3-2. This guy to center field. Tucky Rhodes is there. And he'll put it away for the final out of the inning. But the story of the inning, probably the story of the game, and his first at bat in a Yankee uniform here at the Tokyo Dome, Hideki Matsui. Sayonara. A dramatic home run. After an inning and a half, Yankees lead 1-0.
Close a great deal now with 0.9% financing or up to $2,500 cash back. On select new Nissans through March 31st at your Nissan dealer.
Universal Orlando Resort, a vacation from the ordinary. Let loose on your next vacation by visiting the Hertz website. Reserve a weekly compact car and then take advantage of special offers at Universal Orlando Resort.
You'd recognize that shape anywhere. That's A, that girl you went out with 5 years ago. B, a girl that wouldn't talk to you 5 years ago. C, a bottle of bags. Life beckons, and you're holding the key.
Introducing the all-new Dodge Durango. With all-new power, all-new room, all-new ride, all-new interior, all-new capability, all-new safety features, all-new capacity. One part power, one part comfort. One all-new Durango, starting under $26,600. And now Detroit Free Press Truck of the Year.
Yankees have a 1-0 lead thanks to the home run by Hideki Matsui. Here's a sequence of pitches, and starts the ball with a high fastball. Here's that screwball, swing and a miss. Another screwball, swing and a miss. Upstairs with the fastball, changing the levels. Fouls that one off, but here's the worst pitch. Hanging curveball. And there's the home run, and the Yankees have a 1-0 lead. As we said, Matsui's locked in. You make a mistake, he's going to make you pay.
Here's Takahashi, the right fielder and the cleanup hitter there at strike. It's funny, Kenny, the hanging curve translates in any country.
Yeah, they go a long way.
Yankees lead 1-0 on Matsui's home run.
In the United States, the feeling is that most times the number 3 hitter is your best hitter in the lineup. Here in Japan, it's a little different. The number 4 hitter. And Takahashi got a nice round of applause when he was introduced before the game. He bats number 4 for the Yomiuri Giants. And that's the spot that Hideki Matsui used to fill.
It is almost a sacred spot in baseball in Tokyo. In Japan, as a country, the cleanup hitter for the Yomiuri Giants. Now, you might wonder, why are we saying Tokyo sometime and Yomiuri others? As you see Takahashi's scouting report, they call him a Ken Griffey type of outfielder. He has a great arm. Plays a very good right field. There's a strike, and the count is full. Well, here in Japan, all the teams are owned by corporations. And the corporation that owns the Tokyo Giants, the Yomiuri Corporations, which is a media giant sort of organization. There's a ground ball to second base. Enrique Wilson is there. 1 away.
In fact, the Yomiuri Shimbun is a newspaper here in Tokyo, the world's largest newspaper.
13 million a day. Now, this is the league that the Giants play in, the Central League. There's a Pacific League as well. The Pacific League has a DH. Central League does not, although they're using it today. And you see the Dragons, the Tigers, the Carp, the Swallows, the Yokohama Bay Stars, and right here in the Tokyo Dome, the Yomiuri Giants. There's Tuffy Rhodes. Tuffy Rhodes, one of the big stars here in Japan, and just signed a 2-year contract with an option with the Yomiuri Giants. Last year he was with the Kinetsu Buffaloes. And you see the 51 home runs. This is his 9th year in Japan, and after this year he'll be a total free agent. He can go wherever he'd like. Now, you might remember the name. Tuffy Rhodes burst onto the scene in America with a 3-home run opening day against Dwight Gooden when Rhodes was a member of the Cubs. That was 10 years ago, and he has done nothing since, or at least in the States.
Well, here's the single-season home run record. Tuffy back in 2001 tied the record of Sadaharu O. Alex Cabrera the very next year hit 55. Randy Bass hit 54, and Katsuya Nomura hit 52.
And Tuffy Rhodes, and a very good story today in the New York Times written by Jack Curry. He detailed that he had 53 home runs with 10 games to go. 7 of those games were against Sadaharu O's team, and he didn't get a pitch to hit. And in this country, they do not want what they call a gaijin, someone from the United States or wherever, the South American countries, a foreigner, so to speak. They do not want them to break Sadaharu O's record.
We talked about the number 4 hitter being supposedly the best hitter. The Giants have made a habit over the years of collecting number 4 hitters. Tuffy Rhodes batted number 4 last year for the Buffaloes.
Sadaharu O, one of the biggest names in Japan, and he holds the all-time record for home runs with 868. Obviously shattering Hank Aaron's record of 755, and there was 756 right there by Sadaharu O. And Rhodes goes down on strikes. 4th strikeout for Jose Contreras, who's really dealing 5 up, 5 down against the Giants.
First baseman, number 13.
5 up, 5 down, and 4 of them by strikeouts.
Sadaharu O, he's the man with the Japan Central League. Tokyo Giants, 20-time All-Star, triple crowns, 9 MVP awards, 18-time the best 9 award winner as the best first baseman. They call it Golden Gloves here, and he won the Japan Series 11 times. And the pitch to Roberto Pettagini, who is outside.
Yeah, the strength of the Giants is supposed to be their hitting. That's what Pettagini did last year, 34 homers. Their pitching is not supposed to be that good, but they're not hitting very much against Mr. Contreras thus far.
High fly ball, fairly deep left field. Kenny Lofton toward the line. He's there, and he'll put it away. So Contreras has been perfect through 2. 3 up, 3 down for the Giants. Take a look at one of the temples here in Japan. Beautiful sights from our Yes camera. Stay with us as we head to the 3rd.
With a more powerful engine, a smoother riding suspension, control track 4-wheel drive, and advanced track stability system, Ford SUVs go anywhere. Now a special shipment is here for the best selection and best deals. Now get the best-selling SUV on the planet, Ford Explorer, for only $259 a month. Just $259 for an Explorer XLT 4x4. Ford SUVs, the best selection and best deals now.
This Sunday, start collecting Hall of Fame Yankees in the Daily News. Every Sunday, you'll get a free 8x10 print of a Yankees Hall of Famer, along with the stats that got him there in a colorful Bill Gallo portrait. Now you can create your own Yankees Hall of Fame from the official Daily News photo collection. Greats like Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Phil Rizzuto, Mickey Mantle, and this Sunday, Yogi Berra. Get your frameable photos free every Sunday, only in the Daily News.
The Bronx Bombers are back, rearmed, reloaded, and reunited for another run at the title. Join the Yes Network for a complete preview of the upcoming season on Yankees 2004. This morning at 9, right here on Yes. For the NBA's best, it's nothing but Nets. Tomorrow, Jefferson and the Nets get fierce on fierce and the Boston Celtics in New Jersey. Join Fred Hickman for complete pregame coverage tomorrow starting at 7, only on Yes.
Cherokee, Wrangler, Liberty. Strange. How did you get that Liberty down? Wait, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Want the ability to go anywhere? Then get into Jeep Adventure Days, where well-qualified buyers can get a Jeep Liberty Sport for just $269 a month, and our 770 powertrain limited warranty on every trail-rated Jeep 4x4. See your local Jeep dealer today.
First time the Yankees went from the East Coast to the Far East was in 1934. Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig led a traveling team of All-Stars, and they headed to Japan, and they took Japan by storm. And this was actually the last time that Babe Ruth ever played in a Yankee uniform, because after the 1934 season, the Yankees let him go, and he was the man here in Japan. Actually, the man everywhere. Enrique Wilson will lead off in front of a full house here at the Tokyo Dome. 1-0. Top of the third inning, Yankees lead the Giants. And Takahashi deals. There's a strike.
You know, the interesting thing about that trip by Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig and the rest of the All-Stars, they played a group of Japanese All-Stars. And that team actually became the Tokyo Giants.
Enrique Wilson lines one foul. In fact, this is the 36th time an American team has made its way to Japan to play exhibition series. And this is the second year where actual regular season games will be played. 2000, the Mets played the Cubs. And in a couple of days, the Yankees are going to play the Devil Rays in the season opener for Major League Baseball right here in Japan. The 0-2. Line drive, base hit to right field. Enrique Wilson's scalding hot spring continues. He's had a chance to win the second base job, and he has taken it by the throat, and he will be the opening day second baseman.
He's been hitting well from both sides of the plate. And when you're hitting well, you can break a bat and still get a hit out of it, and that's what he does. He's going to have to. He was. Watch his reaction as he hits the ball. He's almost standing still because he can't move forward. The shock of the ball hitting the bat, but he still comes up with a base hit. We talked about the Giants coming into being in 1934. That team of Japanese All-Stars made a tour of the United States next year, played 108 games in 110 days.
Lofton squares the bunt, pulls the bat back, but he'll take a strike in the count 0-1.
And the next year, the other team in this series of games, the Hanshin Tigers, came into being. So the reason why the Giants and the Tigers are the two most popular teams because they're the two oldest teams in Japan. The Hanshin Tigers are based in Osaka, the second largest city.
Devil Rays and the Hanshin Tigers played the first game of a split doubleheader. They emptied the crowd out, brought a new crowd in for this game. And the Devil Rays actually scored 5 runs in the final 2 innings. And Julio Lugo, with a 2-run home run in the top of the 9th, tied the game at 7. Tigers did not score on the bottom of the 9th, and that's the way the game ended at 7-7. There are some games here in Japan that end in ties as well. If a game goes 12 innings, it's over, even if it's a tie.
They have tight schedules here because the teams travel by train.
And the trains don't wait. They're not late.
No, the trains are, in this country, the trains are on time to the second. And that's why there is a time limit on the games. Most of them are over within 3 hours, but teams have to make their way out of the stadium and to the train station. You miss your train, tough luck. They're not going to wait.
Ground ball, grabbed there by Pettagini, goes to second, one on to first, not in time as Lofton beats the throw to Takahashi. So the fielder's choice is an out at second, 3-6.
Shortstop, number 2, Jared Jeter.
Lofton could not quite get that ball through the hole on the right side, didn't hit it very well, but still has the wheels to avoid the double play. Kenny Lofton, 36 years old now, but still can get down the line. And we mentioned he's looking for his first stolen base of the spring. There are certain things you like to accomplish during spring training. For a power hitter, you like to hit at least 1 home run in spring training just to prove to yourself you can still do it. For somebody who steals bases, I would think you would want to steal at least one bag. Prove to yourself that you can still do it.
He's going to have quite a task because Abe behind the plate has an outstanding arm. They compare him to Irod arm-wise. And Irod, of course, is Pudge Rodriguez of the Detroit Tigers.
And offensively, they compare him to Jorge Posada.
I told Jorge that before the game. He said, they don't compare him with me defensively? I said, no, offensively. Why not? And there's a strike to Jeter. And the count 1-1. Jeter popped to center field. That was in the first. There's Jorge. I asked him before the game. I said, you know, for the Giants, this is a huge game. Do you guys even care if you win? And he said, yeah, we want to win. He said, but I got to be honest. We're not going to do anything stupid. We're not going to get hurt. We're not going to take an extra base and possibly get hurt pulling a hamstring, but we do want to win. Jeter goes to third. There's one. And that's all they'll get. Nice play by the third baseman, Ejo.
Third baseman,
two down, and that'll bring up A-Rod.
We see Eto make a nice play on artificial surface. This is the first opportunity for the Yankees to play on artificial surface, particularly A-Rod at third base, who's learning a new position. So that might be an interesting sidebar as we watch the rest of the game as Alex Rodriguez steps in to hit. His defense at the hot corner might be in question tonight on artificial surface.
Every day that goes by, it's another test for A-Rod as he learns to play a new position. A-Rod popped to second to end the first inning. And the pitch is inside.
As I watch Takahashi pitch, he throws the hard stuff inside and the slow stuff away, the screwballs and the changeups away from the righties. Their fastball in, first pitch, changeup away. And once, you know, if I can read that, I know the hitters can.
Matsui is on deck. Homered in the second inning. Hit sharply to third. Eto across the diamond, and he guns down A-Rod for the final out of the inning. So once again, Matsui will lead off an inning. No runs to hit, and one man left. We go to the bottom of the third. Yankees 1, Giants nothing.
Dad, that's clean.
Looks good, huh? Come around here and check it out right quick. That's smooth, right?
Like that?
Yeah. Check the big boy out. Navigation system.
I like that.
Beautiful leather seat. The seats are just real comfortable.
Ding.
See that? Hit that. Oh,
okay.
Huh?
That's hot.
I scored.
You look good in the car.
For sure.
I look good in this, I think.
You do.
So tonight, I think you should let me get the keys.
No way.
No.
The 2004 Lincoln Navigator. Travel well.
Who took my Heineken?
Mohegan Sun, come play.
Even a little rain can feel like a deep sea dive when you're looking for your rental car. At Hertz, we know exactly how you feel. Hertz #1 Club Gold has your car waiting for you. You skip the counter and go directly to your car under a weather-protected area. No lines, no swimming. At Hertz, we know exactly how you feel, so we have exactly what you need.
Yankees lead the Giants 1-0 here as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Tsuneo Horiuchi is a first-year manager for the Yomiuri Giants. And if you think Tom Coughlin, the new head coach of the New York Football Giants, is tough, you have to hear what Horiuchi has in store for these Giants. No chewing gum. He wants to be disciplined. He wants them to be quicker. He does not want to have music played as a player comes to bat. And the pitch to Kiyohara is a strike. He doesn't want them talking in the dugout. He wants them sitting up straight. He wants them attention to detail. That is the deal with Horiuchi. There's a broken back ground ball. A short. Jeter is there. The long throw. One away. In fact, Horiuchi thinks that the games go too long, and the reason he thinks they go too long is because they play music as the players come to bat. He said, the game is not a song show. If you cut short 5 seconds each at bat, the game will be shortened. So I guess we could call him manageable.
Well, he is old school, that's for sure. But one thing that he doesn't have to deal with that managers and management have to deal with in the United States, that's the Strong Players Association. They don't have that in Japan.
Here's Abe, the catcher, and now in his line deep to center field. Going back, Matsui, still back, about to play it. One hop up against the wall. Abe coast into second with a one-out double. The first base hit for the Giants against Jose Contreras.
I mentioned the fact that his defense is like Irod, Pudge Rodriguez. His offense, this is very much like Jorge Posada. Ripped to the gap in right center field. Abe over the head of Matsui and one hop the wall in the deepest right center field. And for sure, that's the ball that's been hit the hardest against Jose Contreras. He laid a fastball right in there.
Here's Kawanaka. You see the splitter grip that he puts into his glove each time, and then we'll work off that. Just missed outside with a fastball.
Kawanaka is a reserve infielder. Their #1 shortstop, Nioka, is out with a hamstring injury. And Nioka hit 29 home runs last year. And a lot of people said he was an A-Rod type shortstop. But he is not in the lineup tonight. Might be out for a while. This is the first time in the game that Contreras has had to work out of the stretch, and sometimes that can be difficult for a pitcher to get into that mode when he's been throwing strictly from the windup for the remainder of the game.
Abe leads off second, and the pitch is outside, so the count goes 3-0. First base is open.
He thought that last one was a strike, though.
Four pitches, all outside the strike zone. So Kawanaka walks. Runners on first and second with one out. Back to the top of the lineup, and Toshisha Nishi.
Once again, a wide one. Plenty on it, but not near the strike zone. And I think just the fact that jumping into the stretch, what pitchers should do to combat that is when they're taking their warm-up pitches in between innings, they should throw a few from the stretch. And I didn't see Contreras do that.
So the first threat for the Giants. Yankees lead 1-0 on Hideki Matsui's home run, leading off the second. Nishi struck out looking in the first inning against Contreras. They have a pickoff play on, but Contreras does not make the throw. We mentioned the new manager for the Giants. The reason they have a new manager is that last year they finished third, and when you're the Tokyo Giants, you do not finish third easily. They were 71, 66, and 3. And just like that, their old manager, Tasanori Hara, resigned. Now, I say he resigned because here in Japan, they do not fire managers. Managers resign. And you could read into it what you like. Hara resigned.
Well, they went from championships the year before. Matsui leaves the team, goes plays for the Yankees, and they drop to third place.
That one's lined deep to right field. Going back Sheffield, he's there. He'll put it away for the second out. Tagging is Abe. He'll go to third. So 2 down, and the Giants have runners on the corners. So Shimizu comes up now with runners on first and third and 2 outs. You mentioned Matsui played in 2002 with the Giants, and they won the Japan World Series. And the thing is that if they had not won the series that year, he probably would not have gone to the States. He would not have gone without bringing his team to a championship. Along with Ken Singleton, I'm Michael Kay. You're watching Yankees baseball here early in the morning, live from Tokyo, right here on the Yes Network. We're so happy you could join us, and we thank you for joining us as well. That one gets away from Giambi. Abe will score. Tie game. We'll see who they charge the error to. The throw is low, but Giambi could not come up with it.
I got to believe that's an E1. Throws in the dirt across the runner. And Contreras has cost himself a run here. And Giambi could not handle the throw. And the run comes in to score.
Tries it again low. This time kicked away by Giambi.
Well, the throws have been wide to the plate and now wide to first base.
Big lead, 1-footer on the artificial turf. And you can see he's not as comfortable working out of the stretch as he was out of the windup.
Shimizu is a pretty tough hitter. We noticed that he's kind of a slap hitter. He struck out in the first inning. But in 2002, he had 191 hits. That is a club record. Remember, they only play 140 games a year. So 191 hits in 140 games.
There's a ground ball to second base. Wilson field fires. Just got him as Giambi made the stretch toward the runner for the final out of the inning. But the Giants tie the game. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left. We go to the 4th. Matsui will lead off. It's a 1-1 game.
In New York, stay at the Affinia Dumont, an executive fitness suite hotel where healthy meets high tech. Call 1-866-AFFINIA or take a virtual tour at affinia.com.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Here's tonight's starting lineup on the Yes Network, the home of champions.
I'd like to start getting home delivery of the New York Times.
Now you can get the New York Times delivered to your home for 50% off the regular price for 8 full weeks.
The New York Times brings the world into our house every day. It's not just that they cover the news so well. It's the way they surround a story, giving me so many different ways to understand what's going on.
Call 1-800-562-7979 today to start getting the New York Times delivered to your home. You'll receive the Times every single day for as low as $4.65 a week.
I need to understand what's affecting our investments.
And what's happening on the web.
Or if you prefer, subscribe to the Times on weekends only for as low as $2.40 a week. That's 50% off the regular price of home delivery.
The world's moving pretty fast out there.
This definitely helps.
Get delivery of the New York Times every day for as low as $4.65 a week or $2.40 for weekends. Call 1-800-562-7979 today.
This year, enough Americans will be diagnosed with cancer to fill Yankee Stadium over 22 times.
For every pitch thrown by a Yankee this year, more than one New Yorker would die from cancer.
The good news is nearly 70% of all cancers can be prevented. That's not a bad winning percentage.
Having lost both our brothers and our father, Mickey Mantle, to cancer, we know the pain it can cause. In their honor, we're helping the American Cancer Society encourage everyone to lead a healthier lifestyle.
Become a winning statistic. To find out more, call today.
As Hideki Matsui prepares to lead off the 4th inning, it's time to take a Samsung closer look replay at his first at bat, Kenny.
First at bat resulted in the Yankees' run of the night. Hanging curveball is hit it deep to center field, and the Yankees took an early 1-0 lead. What a return to Japan for Hideki Matsui. His first at bat, he goes deep.
And now the cheers are a little bit louder for Matsui as he comes to the plate for the 2nd time. A sign out in right center field actually says home run Matsui. He lived up to that in the second inning. And there is that sign. And now they're all chanting home run Matsui. And the count 1-1.
We already mentioned Sadaharu O. Back in the day when O was playing first base for the Giants, that gentleman you see on the billboard out in right center was the third baseman, Shigeru Nagashima, who was probably even more popular than Sadaharu O. Nagashima and O were like the Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig of Japan back in the day.
Nakashima was actually supposed to be here, but he is ill. But a lot of the Giants and obviously Matsui have him in their heart and in their thoughts as well.
He was supposed to throw out the first pitch tonight.
Hit sharply, base hit through the right side of the infield. Matsui 2 for 2. Boy, is he disproving Thomas Wolfe. You can go home again.
Right fielder, number 11, Gary Sheffield.
Once again, we mentioned he's been probably the hottest hitter the Yankees have had this spring. Takes a fastball for a strike. Breaking ball just outside, 1-1. Little low, 2 ball. You don't want to fall behind him in the count. 2-2 evens things up. Now here's the put away pitch, but you can't put him away. He's quick. Through this right side and into right field for a base hit. He is ready to start the regular season now.
Here's Sheffield. A little bit low. Score is tied at 1. We're in the top of the 4th inning, an exhibition game between the Yomiuri Giants and the New York Yankees.
I was watching batting practice, and the Yankees as a team put on a show. The stadium 361 in the gaps to left and right center and 328 down the line. So, and they say the ball flies in here. And I mean, the Yankees were hitting shots to the outer reaches. In fact, Sheffield hit one in the upper deck in left field. There's a BVD sign. And that will get a knot in any pitcher's shorts. So you see somebody hit a ball that far.
Yankee Stadium obviously bigger in center field and in left center field. Shorter down the lines, though. But the gaps, 361, hitters love that. Considering that Camden Yards is 364 in the gap in left center field, and people consider that very, very short. They say Matsui's home run in the second inning approximately 420 feet. High pop-up left side. Ito giving it a look, and it's out of play.
Now, Matsui's homer went 420 feet, but if you actually hit any of the signage above the bleachers in the outfield, the player gets that product.
Really? Well, I don't think that's fair, because one of the deepest signs is Fuji film, so you get a roll of film?
Well, nah, you probably get a camera, a nice camera to go with it. There's that BVD sign. And,
so Gary Sheffield got underwear?
Yeah, you might have.
Full count, the runner was going. That one's popped up in foul territory, first base side. Pettigini puts it away for the first out of the inning. Well, wake up early Tuesday and Wednesday morning and watch history in the making on Yes as the Yankees battle the Devil Rays in their 2004 season opening series at the Tokyo Dome. Complete coverage begins at 4:30 a.m. Good luck, Fred Hickman. With the Yankees pregame, then join Ken Singleton and me as we call all the action beginning at 5 a.m. when the Yankees take on the Devil Rays. That's live from Japan only on Yes. That should be fun. It's nighttime for us. Fred's really going to have to get up.
Oh, boy. We're going to hear about this.
Pitch to Giambi is up and in.
Jason was one of the Yankees who got a nice reception when he was introduced prior to the game. He had been over here on the All-Star tour. And he too hit some shots to the seats in right. In fact, he hit 3 in a row out there at once. Or one time during BP. And Giambi, you know, one of the things about Joe Torre making that change in the lineup, he said one of the things I have to do is tell Giambi he's going to bat 6th tonight.
Line drive, base hit to left field by Giambi. Went the other way as Matsui advances to second. Shimizu will get the ball in, and the Yankees have runners on first and second with 1 out.
Number 20.
If you remember, Giambi, and you'll see him take the ball the other way, he was part of the 2002 All-Star Tour. The Yankees had never, ever been allowed to go on those tours, but Giambi and Bernie Williams were. And in effect, they were recruiting Hideki Matsui. And later that winter, Matsui signed with the Yankees, and last year was his rookie season.
One thing I think Yankee fans should take note with that base hit by Jason Giambi. That pitch was up in the zone. That was a pitch because of his knee situation last year, his injured left knee. He could not handle that pitch. This year, he's been hitting it a lot better.
That one's hit deep to center field. Rhodes going back, looking up. See ya! A long 3-run home run for Jorge Posada, and the Yankees lead 4-1.
Well, Michael, you talked about the fact that Jorge said the Yankees want to win, but they don't want to do anything crazy and get injured. Very hard to get injured when you hit a ball out of the ballpark. You take your time around the bases, and this ball had, it had the sound that could carry across oceans. Out into the batter's eye. That ball was smoked.
Here's Ruben Sierra, and the breaking ball is a strike. In the stadium, they call it going black, so he just went green into the batter's eye in center field. So the Yankees lead 4-1. The home run by Matsui, a solo shot in the second, and Posada's 3-run shot here in the 4th inning against Takahashi. And the count is 2-1. Posada with 30 home runs last year tied Yogi Berra for the most home runs in a single season by a Yankee catcher. Some pretty big-time names on that list. Bill Dickey, Yogi Berra, Elston Howard. There's a line drive to left center field. That's going to be a base hit for Sierra. Shimizu gets the ball in, and Sierra picks up a single.
Second baseman, number 14, Enrique Wilson.
Well, this is the second time around for the Yankees against Takahashi, and he is not fooling them as much as he did his first time. In fact, the hitter that has really beat up on him has been Matsui. He knows him better than any other Yankee. The bullpens actually are not on the field here. They are behind the dugouts, and pitchers warm up that. The only way they can watch the game is on TV.
And Yuji Sogawa was warming up, and there's the TVs. That's why they get such good ratings here. Bettagini holds on to Sierra, and the pitch to Enrique Wilson is outside.
The Yankees now have 6 hits in less than 4 innings, 3 1/3. And we mentioned the fact that Takahashi is not an overpowering pitcher. He has 1 strikeout thus far.
And this would seem to be a pitcher that you'd get a much better read on the second time around.
You get a feel for how his breaking ball, his screwball reacts, and his curves. And you're not afraid of his fastball. He's not going to throw it by you. You tried to get one by Posada.
Now, we told you before that the Giants have had about 20 meetings going over the Yankees, going over their pitchers. And the Yankees really do have more important things. They're trying to win the American League East again. And they probably got a simple scouting report on Takahashi. And the best scouting report you could have is facing him is the second time around.
Yeah, one of the questions put to the Yankees, Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera, what did they know about the Yomiuri Giants? And all three of them agreed, we don't know anything about these guys. We're just going to come out here and just play our game and hope it's good enough to win. But I can guarantee you the Giants know something about the Yankees because, you know, in my past experience, they study film. They look at what's going on with their opponents, and they are ready to play. As you mentioned, this is a big game for them. In fact, one of the reporters asked Derek Jeter at the press conference yesterday, are you afraid you would lose to the Giants? And Derek said we are not afraid to play anybody. If we play well enough, we should win.
3-2, swung and a miss. There's that screwball as Wilson goes down on strike. Second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Lofton.
Back to the top of the order.
You can see how far out in front Wilson was, and the pitch was well located. Knee high on the outside corner and moving away. That was one of the better pitches that Takahashi has thrown in this game. I think what he is finding out, if you make mistakes to guys who are capable of hitting the ball out of the ballpark, and what the Yankees seem to be rounding into shape with the bats. In other words, they're not fouling that pitch off. It is going out of the ballpark like it should.
Pitch to Lofton is outside. Lofton tonight is 0 for 2, or this morning. Tonight out here in Tokyo, this morning back in New York. High pop-up, shallow center field. Kawanaka is there, and he'll put it away for the final out of the inning. But the Yankees score 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors and 1 man left. The big blow in the inning, Jorge Posada with one deep over the center field wall. Matsui knows the feeling, takes a look. Yankees lead 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
I guess some cars are just natural born followers. Got no motivation, no drive. But this car has a different vibe. It's all about forward progress, maximum momentum, 16-valve power, 6 on the floor. Just give it a destination and go where the vibe takes you. The 2004 Vibe GT. The new Power Pontiac. That's fuel for the soul.
Get the hottest selling car in its class. Visit your Pontiac dealer.
The New York Yankees, the most renowned sports franchise in the world, have won more championships than any other team in the history of sports. It's calendar weekend at Yankee Stadium, Saturday, April 10th and Sunday, April 11th. The first 18,000 fans in attendance will receive a 2004 Yankees calendar courtesy of Adidas. The 2004 New York Yankees, world class.
On September 15th, my son was sentenced to 10 years in prison for a gun crime. That day, he sentenced me to 10 years of worrying if my baby is okay.
When you commit a gun crime, your family pays the price.
This Sunday, start collecting Hall of Fame Yankees in the Daily News. Every Sunday, you'll get a free 8x10 print of a Yankees Hall of Famer, along with the stats that got him there in a colorful Bill Gallo portrait. Now you can create your own Yankees Hall of Fame from the official Daily News photo collection. Greats like Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Phil Rizzuto, Mickey Mantle, and this Sunday, Yogi Berra. Get your frameable photos free every Sunday, only in the Daily News.
Ohio gozaimasu, everybody. That's good morning, live from Tokyo. Take a look at the 5-storied pagoda. This is in Asakusa, where it's famous for the Kaminari Gate. It's the highest in East Japan, and it was rebuilt in 1973. Some of the beautiful sights of a beautiful city, Tokyo, Japan. Akira Ito swings and misses at the first offering from Contreras. Yankees lead 4-1 on the strength of 2 home runs. Solo shot by Matsui, a 3-run home run by Posada. Foul back.
We'll see how Contreras reacts this inning after having a so-so inning last inning, in which he gave up a run on a hit and an error, his own error, that allowed the Giants to get on the scoreboard. And this is the second time around for the Giants against Contreras as well. See if they swing the bats any better than they did the previous time.
Tap softly toward first base. Fielded by Contreras, one away. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the aforementioned New York Yankees.
Michael, we show that beautiful pagoda, and there's a lot of traditions and customs here in Japan. And so I know one of the ones that you like is the fact there's no tipping.
Love that one.
Yeah.
A little early in the morning to be taking a shot, don't you think so, Ken? There's a line drive to left field by Takanashi, and right there is Lofton.
In fact, I was told if you leave money at the counter after you have a meal, your server or waitress or waiter will not pick that money up. He will have somebody come with him, and they will find you and give you your money back, because they don't want to be construed as taking the money. They don't want to be. You understand what I mean? They
yes.
don't. Yeah, they will have somebody go with them. They will find you and give you the money back. It is their honor to serve you, and there's no tipping.
Here's Tuffy Rhodes. A couple of other traditions we found out. You cannot cross against the light here in Tokyo. You cannot jaywalk. You will be automatically ticketed, even if there's not a car within 5 miles. If there's a red light, you can walk. If there's a green light, you cannot. And another thing, you cannot blow your nose in public. And you cannot smoke and walk in public.
I thought I saw somebody doing that today, and I wanted to say something to him, but I knew he wouldn't understand it.
What's also interesting is that in this city, if you have a cold or a cough, you actually wear surgical masks as a courtesy to the other people so that you do not spread germs, which is kind of interesting and kind of a nice thing.
Yeah, there we go, right there.
There's a guy who obviously has a cold.
Or he just came from an operation or operating on somebody.
The 2-2.
I got it, Tuffy.
Tuffy, one of the 4 Gaijin on the Giants. You could have 4 foreigners on the team. That's it. Of 28 players on the roster, 4 are allowed to be non-Japanese. Last year, Rhodes had a great season. 51 homers, 98 walks, 117 ribbies. And that's how he ended up on the best team, or the most famous team in Japan. As a free agent, signed with the Tokyo Giants. Check swing, grounded toward third, backhanded by A-Rod. The long throw, not in time. It gets away from Giambi, and backing up is Enrique Wilson as Rhodes will coast into second. So that's going to be a base hit, and then Rhodes advances to the next base on an E5, a bad throw by A-Rod.
Number 13, Roberto Hennighini.
Well, the check swing sets things in motion. A-Rod was playing off the line. Even with his strong arm, ball's in the dirt. Jason Giambi can't handle it, and Tuffy Rhodes is going to end up at second base. So a single and an error. And Rhodes is aboard.
Now, we've seen 2 bad throws in this game. One scored a run for the Giants, and that one sets up another run possibly. And they were bad throws, we'll give you that. But Jason Giambi is going to play a lot of first base for the Yankees this year. He's got to be able to stop those throws and save the errors. And that's usually a very strong point of Jason's defensive game, is scooping up bad throws. But that time he could not. Pettigini, a lefty slugger at the plate, the count 0-1. And they are having trouble with that splitter. They checked with Joe West at third. He said no, he did not go.
You mentioned Pettigini played in the major leagues briefly. Some with the Mets, some with the Padres. I also believe the Cincinnati Reds were involved.
One of the highest paid players in Japan. He makes $7 million a year. Broken bat, soft ground ball right side. Fielded by Contreras. He'll take it himself. And the runner's safe. Giambi went too far. And Rhodes will stop at third. That was a sloppy play right there. Giambi is saying that the ball might have hit off the foot of Perugini, but it's going to be called a base hit.
Straining to come up with it is Contreras, and once he does, he's beyond the bag, and it still looks as though he might have gotten the runner. We're going to get a better look. Perugini is somewhat stalled in the box because his bat is sawed off. He does hustle down the line.
He was out.
He was out. I thought so.
Contreras, the first base umpire, C.B. Buckner, blew the call.
Yeah, doesn't get the call. And Perugini doesn't start running until he's about 45 feet or halfway down the line.
Now Mel Stoudemire, Yankee pitching coach, is out quickly. A play like that, you can hurt yourself. And you can see Contreras going all out to make this play. You don't need your pitcher flopping around like that in an exhibition game.
You know, I wonder if that was communication between Giambi and Contreras, because it's obvious where he fielded the ball, he was beyond the bag. Maybe it was Giambi to catch the ball and Contreras to go to the bag.
Well, Mel is convinced that Contreras is okay. But with the runner reaching, now the tying run comes to the plate.
Now this is the situation the Yankees had in a previous inning. Contreras threw over the first in the dirt, and the runner was able to score from third. You know, if he wants to throw over the first, just make sure they're right on the money. You don't have to try and pick him off. Just throw the ball over there to hold him close.
Here's Kiyohara as the tying run. And they really are taking weak hacks at the splitter.
And Kiyohara is another hitter in the Giants lineup who has batted fourth in the past. In fact, they have 4 hitters in a row. Takahashi, Rhodes, Perugini, and Kiyohara, all capable of batting in the cleanup spot. Kiyohara had 26 home runs last year. Perugini had 34, Rhodes 51, and Takahashi 26.
Hit 205 home runs as a team, best in Japan. But they didn't have great pitching at all. The 1980 Buffaloes actually have the Japan League record with 253 home runs in a season.
If he throws him another slider like that, he's not going to hit it out of the park. That last one was one of those disappearing sliders.
Bottom of the fourth, Yankees lead 4-1. And the 0-2. He struck him out. Same pitch. And the result that Ken Singleton predicted. For the Giants, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left. We played 4. Yankees 4, Giants 1.
Close a great deal now with 0.9% financing or up to $2,500 cash back. Select new Nissans through March 31st at your Nissan dealer.
My old nationwide wireless plan said they didn't charge me for roaming. Yeah, right. If I stayed in network. But if you can't even see the network, yoo-hoo! Network, I'm in the network. Oh, network. How do you stay in it?
With the new Singular Nation, you never pay roaming or long distance, even when using your mobile-to-mobile minutes. Sign up now and get $5,000 a month and a great deal on a cool phone.
I call it my plan.
The new Singular Nation. Another reason Singular fits you best.
Okay, sir, here's your Avis care package with local information, traffic rules, and a map.
What would it be like if Avis didn't try harder?
Did Brad ask about me? Well,
do you have a map?
I gave you a map.
No, you didn't. I never.
Yes, I did. You know that I was going to check out.
I never got a.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Can I have another map?
No.
Okay.
If we didn't try harder, we wouldn't be Avis. The Avis Care Package.
Thanks.
Give us a call.
Is DNA really evidence?
For Jen, truth was relative. Then she got Washington Mutual free checking. She liked the no hidden fees, and they inspired Jen to be more truthful.
Your Honor, my client pleads guilty.
What?
Well, you are.
Hi, I just changed lanes without signaling. Oh, my plates are expired.
Nice deck. Not really. We built it ourselves.
Way to go, Jen. We appreciate your bold honesty.
Japan's Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is actually located right here at the Tokyo Dome. 149 members, a lot of Yankee memorabilia in there as well from all their trips here to Japan. And this was opened back in 1959. Again, it's right here at the Tokyo Dome, which is the center of the baseball universe in Japan. Time for the singular call to the bullpen. Singular, the wireless company that fits you best. Takahashi's day is over, and it's now time for right-hander Matt Rundell.
He has pitched for the Hawks, another team here in Japan, but no major league experience. So Matt Rundell into the ball game.
There's that little hesitation as he deals to Jeter. There's a strike.
Yeah, that's one thing you find with a lot of the Japanese pitchers. They have unusual windups. It's more deception from the windup as opposed to mechanics, being smooth. And one pitcher you can think of right away is Hideo Nomo, who is
new third baseman Hiroki Kokobo. And the Japanese characters means third baseman right there.
But 26 letters in our alphabet. There are thousands of Japanese symbols, and they say that even the Japanese people don't know all of them. So you have to be somewhat of a student of the writing here to know all of the symbols, and they don't use them all.
That's the scoreboard out in center field with all the Japanese characters.
See, the lineups are the ones with the symbols on top. Kanji are the symbols.
Fouled away. Now I took the crash course.
Okay, what does that say?
Michael K. Fan Club. Right there.
Yeah, how many members? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm very honored. Top of the fifth inning, Yankees lead 4-1. The 2-2 to Jeter. Hit deep to center field. Going back Rhodes. On the track. Looking up. See ya. Home run, Derek Jeter. And the Yankees lead 5-1. The Yankees' third home run of this game. Matsui, Posada, and now Derek Jeter.
Well, we do know this, that Derek's parents, Charles and Dorothy, have made the trip to Tokyo to see their son play. And rewarded for their long trip as Derek gets a long home run. Once again, that familiar sound. It means the ball is bleacher bound.
A-Rod takes pitch low. Bronx Bombers take their act to the far east.
Now you're a pitcher, you come into the game, the first guy you face hits a home run. Look, you were feeling pretty good when you were warming up in the bullpen. Of course, nobody had a bat in their hand out there.
And you were underground.
Yeah, it probably sounded like you were throwing hard.
Yeah, the acoustics are much better underground.
There's a left-hander warming up in the Japanese giant bullpen.
Hiroshi Sato, ground ball up the middle. Kawanaka's there, and he guns down A-Rod, who's now 0 for 3.
Now batting, center fielder.
Now here's Hideki Matsui.
Number 55, Hideki Matsui.
He is all over this place. All ads. He's on the program for this matchup between the Giants and the Yankees. And actually advertises for an airline as well. That's a long flight. You better sleep.
Matsui actually earned his nickname here in Japan, Godzilla. Had it prior to coming to the Yankees.
You'll see the number on Matsui's back. It's number 55, and there's a reason for that. He was such a highly thought of high school player. When the Giants drafted him, they thought that he would be the one that would break Sadaharu's record of 55 home runs in a season, so they gave him the number 55. He never got that high, but it shows you what they thought of him as an 18-year-old.
You know, it's interesting enough, when Matsui was growing up, his favorite team was the Hanshin Tigers, and his favorite player was Nishiyoshi Kakefu, a third baseman. And I played against Kakefu in an all-star tour here, and I thought he was a very good player. And might be the type of player that had a chance to play in the States if the opportunity had been there. There's Kakefu back in his days with the Hanshin Tigers. He had an unusual way of hitting, but he could hit. You know that player in center field going out? That's Warren Cromartie, who played for the Giants here in Japan.
And Matsui walked. So far, a perfect game for Matsui. A home run, a single, and now a walk.
The crowd is not too happy with him walking.
Right fielder, number 11.
I had a chance to renew acquaintances with Kakefu before the game. He was working the previous game when the Tigers played the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
And again, that game ended in a 7-7 tie. Tomorrow, Tampa Bay will play the Giants, and the Yankees will play the Hanshin Tigers. There's Gary Sheffield. And that'll be 10 p.m. Same day. A little bit later, 10 p.m. tonight, will be the Yankees against the Hanshin Tigers. And they missed the former Yankee, Hideki Arabu, by 1 game. Arabu started the game today against Tampa Bay and pitched well and was going to be the winner until Tampa Bay tied it up against the reliever. Julio Lugo with a 2-run home run in the 9th inning. Yankees lead 5-1. All the runs coming via the home run. A solo shot by Matsui, a 3-run shot by Posada, and a solo shot leading up the 5th inning by Derek Jeter.
You know, one interesting thing happened to us on that tour, and I can recall it very poignantly. When we got on the bus following the first game, our interpreter or translator said to us, "How many of the names do you remember of the Japanese players that you've just played against?" And all of us were stumped. We say, "Well, we can't remember the name. We remember some numbers, but we don't remember the names."
Reaches out and pops it up to shallow center field. Nishi is there. 2 down.
And then she pointed out to us, well, you know, they don't remember you guys either. They might remember some of your numbers, but your names are actually too tough for them to remember.
Now let me ask you one question.
Names like
they remembered Eddie Murray's 11 home runs.
Yeah, they remember that. But I'm talking about my previous tour in '79.
Okay.
And it was an all-star tour. Bobby Mercer was on that tour with me. And she pointed out, your names are just too. Bobby Mercer can't single. They're just too tough for them to pronounce. And for me too. So Kawanaka, you know, we just didn't recall the names. Now I thought Kakefu, I remember him because it's kind of an unusual name, and plus the fact that he could hit a little bit. I remembered Nakahata, who played first base. He was a first baseman for the Giants. I also remembered Hata because I thought you know, you put an O in front, you got O'Hara. You know, and you see plenty of O'Haras back in the States. So those were the players that I did remember.
Now, you enjoyed those trips here, right?
They were fun. I mean, the Japanese people are very hospitable. They want to make you feel as comfortable as possible in a strange culture, in a place where you can't read the signs.
And again, you don't have to tip. Roy White played here with the Tokyo Giants, and one of only 3 players in the history of baseball that won a World Series in the States and won a World Series here in Japan. Yogi Berra has made 5 trips here on barnstorming tours. The other 2 players, Jim Lefevre and Clete Boyer, that won World Series in the States and World Series here in Japan. Roy White won in '77 and '78 with the Yankees, then headed here in '80 and won with the Giants in 1981. Here's Roy sporting the Yomiuri Giant uniform. Great left field. Switch hitter for the Yankees and took it over here to the Far East as well. And he said he enjoyed his time here. Long drive, left center field. Moving back is Tuffy Rhodes. He's on the track. He's at the wall, and he makes the play, and the ball is bobbled and dropped. Here comes Matsui. He'll score. We'll see how they score. Giambi's at second, and the Yankees lead 6-1. Rhodes and Shimizu got tied up, and now they're talking it over. After 9 years, Rhodes speaks fluent Japanese.
It appeared as if Shimizu was ready to make the catch, and Rhodes coming over from center field. There was a definite lack of communication. In 9 years, Rhodes does speak Japanese fluently, but the ball, the continuation of the play, the ball comes out of the glove, and Giambi be at second, and the Yankees have another run as Matsui will come in to score for the third time in this game.
Kenny, I thought he held that ball long enough.
Now, you see, but there's a continuation of the play. See, he wasn't getting the ball out of his feet. He went to grab it, and it came out.
Well, they score that in E8, the first error by the Giants. Yankees have 2, and here's Posada. First pitch is high.
And the fact that there was a collision on the play would make you have to show the umpire you have control of the ball.
Tuffy Rhodes was asked, have you enjoyed your time here? I don't think he enjoyed this. This isn't real time. Did he hold it enough?
No. You mentioned Tuffy speaks fluent Japanese, but he played on a team south of here. And he actually speaks Japanese with a little bit of a southern twang.
Osaka twang.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, he was asked if he liked his time here, and he said, you know what? I don't think I would have ever made it in the big leagues like I've made it here. And then with a twinkle in his eye, he said, I've also made $30 million in 10 years and set my family up for life. So, yes, I've enjoyed it quite a bit. And the count is 3-1. Matt Randell is the new pitcher. Came on in relief of Takahashi, Hisanori Takahashi.
Look out.
So Posada walks. It's been a rough inning for Randall. And that'll bring up Sierra.
Low inside, and slider that well out of the zone.
And now the designated hitter, number 24.
If you notice at the bottom third of the Yankee lineup, Posada, now Sierra, and Enrique Wilson, Joe Torre has stacked his switch hitters. Usually we see them dispersed throughout the lineup to protect other hitters, and with Bernie Williams on the mend, that's going to be another big part of the lineup joining for Joe and the Yankees, and fairly soon.
They try a pickoff at second, but the throw is not made. Giambi's at second, Posada's at first. 2 runs already in, and the Yankees lead 6-1 in this exhibition matchup between the New York Yankees and the Yomiuri Giants. Keeping the ball away from Sierra, the count 1-0.
Well, the scouting report on the Giants is kind of going the way we thought. They said their pitching might not be up to championship caliber this year. And they do not have a closer. They're actually looking for him. They're going to go with the hot hand. Who's ever pitching well out of bullpen is going to close games. That is something that the Red Sox tried, and it didn't work last year.
And that's what the Blue Jays are going to try this year. They tried to sign several free agents, and they couldn't get a dominant pitcher, and that's the same thing with the Giants. So they'll have to mix and match, and that'll fall on the manager, Horiuchi. And the count 2-1.
Another dangerous pitch. When you're a hitter and you come up with men on base, this is your time to shine. You are paid to drive in runs.
He has lost the plate. He's 1 pitch away from loading the bases for Enrique Wilson.
A dangerous situation for Randall is made even more dangerous by falling behind 3-1. Sierra up there can really pick and choose now as to what he wants to hit. If he gets anything middle in, he's going to turn. He's going to try and hit it out there where the people are singing.
And that would be a high note for him. The 3-1. There's a strike right down the middle of the count, 3-2. That releases the base runners with 2 outs. So Giambi will go from second, Posada from first. Gives Posada a little bit of an advantage. Anything hit down the line or into the gaps, he might be able to score. Yankees lead 6-1. Runners go. Off the end of the bat, foul the other way. Now you can see down the lines and over the dugout they have those screens up, which I've always been a proponent of in the States, because you can really get hurt with line drives, and that obviously protects the fans from any line drives. And it also protects the players from the fans.
Yeah, but you're paying all that money to sit in a good seat like those, and you got a screen in between you and the field. You don't get the feeling that you're right on the field as you should. You're right, the protection is there.
Runners go. That one's lying down the right field line. That's going to be trouble, and that is a foul ball. Missed an extra base hit and 2 ribbies by a couple of feet. You know, when you're sitting behind those screens, though, like you are at a hockey game, your eye doesn't even pick it up unless you're right in front of it.
Well, there is a comfort level when you're sitting there, that's for sure.
You see balls rocket into the seats right behind the dugout. And if you're not watching, even if you're watching, you might not be able to react.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just hope that something terrible doesn't happen, which would force them to put up the screens in the United States. And that's how they were forced to do it in the hockey arenas when that young girl was killed by an errant puck. There's a ground ball to second base. Nishi fields. And that'll do it here in the 5th. The Yankees scored 2 more runs and another home run for the Yankees. It's been a bomber day. Hideki Matsui started in the 2nd with a solo shot. In the 4th, a 3-run home run to dead center by Posada. And Derek Jeter goes yard here to start off the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 6-1 Yankees.
When you're hot, you're hot. Pontiac Vibe, the hottest selling car in its class. Only at your Pontiac dealer.
Long day.
Yeah.
And we've got your minivan ready.
Thanks.
What would it be like if Avis didn't try harder?
Long day.
Now tell me about it.
Okay, well, this morning I go to have some coffee and I'm out of it, so then I have to go out and get some, and I couldn't get any service. Don't you hate that?
I need a minivan.
We don't have any minivans. So then I get to work, and I have this crooked...
If we didn't try harder, we wouldn't be Avis. Call us or click on Avis.com for our best deals.
This Sunday, start collecting Hall of Fame Yankees in the Daily News. Every Sunday, you'll get a free 8x10 print of a Yankees Hall of Famer, along with the stats that got him there in a colorful Bill Gallo portrait. Now you can create your own Yankees Hall of Fame from the official Daily News photo collection. Greats like Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Phil Rizzuto, Mickey Mantle, and this Sunday, Yogi Berra. Get your frameable photos free every Sunday, only in the Daily News.
What if all-wheel drive had brains? Constantly adjusting. Giving you the handling of rear-wheel drive. And the traction of all-wheel drive, but only when you need it. Introducing the Infiniti G35 with intelligent all-wheel drive that changes with the weather.
Hall of Famer Yogi Berra has made this trip 5 times. His first time in 1955, the entire Yankee team almost a half a century ago, made their way to Japan. Mickey Mantle celebrated his 24th birthday here in the Far East, and the Yankees were huge stars here in Tokyo. A Hall of Fame lineup. And the first pitch of the bottom of the 5th inning is a little bit low. Here's Abe, the catcher, who doubled to center field in the 3rd inning. One of the 3 Yomiuri hits. Slow roller in front of the plate. Posada makes the call. And that one gets past Giambi and down the right field line. Abe will reach second. You know, when Posada said we don't want to do anything to get hurt, you could see that Giambi got a little alligator arm there. He did not want to put his gloved hand in the way of the runner and get himself hurt.
Well, Posada's going to draw the error. And the throw is going to be on the foul side of the bag. And you're right, Giambi just kind of slowed it down a bit, couldn't come up with it cleanly. Yeah, the footwork would have been to step across the bag and put your right foot on the bag and catch the ball. Instead, he maintains contact with the left foot and can't reach far enough to come up with the throw. When you're at first base, you are taught not to expect perfect throws. And Giambi hasn't gotten many tonight.
Kawanaka pops one up behind the plate and out of play. And there have been a lot of first basemen that have gotten hurt, seriously hurt on that play. Armin Killebrew broke his arm. Cliff Floyd broke his wrist. And you can snap your arm in half because your arm is reaching in. The runner's coming full speed, and you can see Giambi. Players call it alligator arm. He just did not fully extend. He didn't want any part of that. Really, you can't blame him. Not in the penultimate game of the exhibition season.
In fact, I was doing the game in which Cliff Floyd was injured. He was playing for the Montreal Expos, playing against the Mets at Shea Stadium. I can't recall the runner going down the line, but the injury was so severe to Cliff Floyd, the thought was that his career might be over. And fortunately for him, they were able to, put all those small bones in the hand and wrist back together, and he's gone on to have an excellent career.
And now he's the left fielder for the New York Mets. Yankees lead 6-1 on the bottom of the 5th inning. Japanese baseball is definitely a different sort of game than what you're used to in the States, and we'll explain as we move along. It's a very deliberate game, and what the batters like to do is they like to work every count to 3-2. That's why the games are so much longer. On an average, they're about 25 minutes longer than those in the States. Along with Ken Singleton, I'm Michael Kay, and you are watching Yankees baseball live from Tokyo, Japan, right here on the Yes Network. We thank you for waking up early with us, and we thank you for joining us. And the pitch is a little bit low, so that is a walk, and now the Giants have runners on first and second, and nobody out.
Second baseman, number 8, Toshisha Nishi.
Here's Toshisha Nishi, the leadoff batter, and Nishi on Japanese baseball. For Japanese people, baseball has a militaristic flavor to it. Whatever you do, it's always like forming a line and getting in formation. It seems like, okay, let's get everyone together and do this in unison. And that's what they preach. There are not that many individual stars. You do everything for the team, and that's how this country is as well. Very few individual goals. And in Japanese baseball, they have a phrase called wa, and that means harmony. And you want harmony of the team, and that's the way they play the game, Kenny. For the most part, they average 3 times more sacrificed bunts than teams in the States. They will sacrifice a runner along in the second inning because they want to get on the board first, and that slows the game down as well. They just don't take that many chances, and that's the way they play. And a lot of Japanese players, and many that have gone on to play in the States, say that they go to the United States because they want to have fun playing the game. There's not as much fun here. That one is hit deep to center field. Going back is Matsui. He has room, and he'll put it away for the first out of the inning. Abe tried to tag, but then headed back when Matsui unleashed a throw right on the bag to A-Rod. So 1 down.
And with the quick release that we're used to seeing from Matsui, he got rid of this ball in a hurry. Watch him, steps into the throw, and it's on its way. And Abe decided that he's going to stay put at second. You know, we talked about his nickname of Godzilla. Not many Japanese players have nicknames, and that shows you the magnitude of Matsui here in Japan. But there was one player years ago who played for the Giants who had one of the greatest nicknames ever. It was Hirohito Okubo, and his nickname was Big Dave.
Really?
And I'll get to the story in a second.
Shimizu hits a liner on one hop, grabbed by A-Rod. He steps on the bag, and he gets the second out of the inning.
You know, when I first saw that, maybe I didn't want to know why he was known as Big Dave. But it seems that Okubo was kind of a corpulent person. He was kind of
fat.
Fat, yeah. Well, the Japanese word for fat is debu. So the announcers, you know, it's not polite to call somebody fat or debu. You know, even in the United States, you shouldn't say that.
Right.
So instead of that, they called him Big Dave, which is close to debut. So you can imagine the announcers when they came up to hit, instead of saying here comes Fat Okubo, they say here comes Big Dave.
Here's Okubo in his first at bat.
So Big Dave Okubo.
Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Nice block by Posada. Did he check his swing? No, he did not. He went around. So the count 0-2.
Here's a look at that slider in the dirt. Mel Stoudemire was looking for at least 6 innings out of Contreras tonight. Pitchers have built up their arms, just about ready to start the season. Another good slider. I think that's one pitch that we've seen more from Contreras this spring, as if that's the one he's been working on.
Definitely more tonight than in any of the previous games we've seen him pitch.
Yeah, his splitter is unhittable. He's got a good fastball, but his slider, if he can mix that third pitch in with success this year, you'll see him go deeper in the ball games. You'll see him get many more strikeouts. And that's been the kind of the formula this spring.
The 0-2, breaking ball, strike 3, and Okubo is down on strikes. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 men left. Joe Torre likes what he sees. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning. Ken Singleton and Big Dave K will be back. Yankees lead 6-1.
What's the difference between here and here? According to my national wireless plan, here there's no charge for roaming. But here, I get slammed. Nothing. Big bill. If you can't see the line, how are you supposed to know when you crossed it?
With the new Singular Nation, you never pay roaming or long distance, in or out of network. Right now, get 5,000 truly nationwide mobile-to-mobile minutes and a great deal on a cool phone.
I call it my I know exactly what I get plan.
Singular Nation, another reason Singular fits you best.
The Red Army is on the march again.
He's got a chance, and he takes it.
Manchester United, the English Premier League champions, are here on Yes.
He's got the shot in as well.
Van Nistelrooy, Scholes, Solskjaer, and American Tim Howard.
It gets better and better.
Every Red Devils match from the English Premiership season is here on Yes.
Hat-trick for the Dutchman.
Join the Red Army all season long.
Right here on Yes.
The home of champions.
Can I ask a few questions about the apartment on Park Street?
What was your name?
My name is Juan Hernandez.
It's been rented.
Hello, my name is Sanjay Kumar. I am calling about the apartment on Park Street.
It just rented.
My name is Tyrone Washington. I'm calling about the apartment for rent on Park Street.
It's not available.
I use a wheelchair and...
It's gone.
Hello, my name is Graham Wellington. I'm calling about the apartment for rent on Park Street. Is that still available?
Yes, it is.
What is?
Housing discrimination is illegal. If you think you've been a victim, call us.
Now there's a drug available all across America.
Ecstasy changed my life.
Ecstasy is not for everyone. In fact, it's not for anyone. New studies show that ecstasy is toxic to the body. Side effects may include depression, severe anxiety, hypertension, heat stroke, seizures, heart attacks, liver damage, kidney or cardiovascular system failure, worried parents, loss of friends, isolation, emptiness.
Ecstasy changed my whole life.
Ask your doctor and see why ecstasy isn't right for you.
One thing you notice about this country, spotless, and the attention to detail is unbelievable. And they do not do this in the States. They usually wear out the batter's box and it's worn out. But not here. After 5 innings, they re-chalk the batter's box. Good as new, just like the first inning. Now, some batters don't like that because they like when the back line has been erased, and the catchers like when the back line has been erased, but now it's redone.
You know, one thing you don't see in the States now, you don't see that inner line near home plate. That is not there anymore. This is the kind of the old-style batter's box. And I always felt, from a hitting standpoint, because that line was there, it gave you a better idea where the inside corner was. Now they don't use that in the States. I guess they're saving on chalk, you know. So the fact is that when you're hitting, you have less of an idea where that inside corner is.
And it also looks worse if the ball goes over the inside corner. It's called a strike if it's over that line.
Yeah.
Top of the 6th inning, leading off.
It probably helps the umpires out having that line.
Number 14, Enrique Wilson.
Later tonight on Yes, the Yankees battle more of Japan's best when they take on the Hanshin Tigers. Join Ken Singleton and me for complete coverage starting tonight at 10 when the Bronx Bombers take on the Hanshin Tigers live from the Tokyo Dome, and that is only on Yes. 2 games in one day. What a treat. Enrique Wilson will lead off against Matt Randall. And that one fell back. Randall's from Washington. And this is his 3rd year in Japan. He has no Major League Baseball experience.
6 foot, 172 pounds.
27 years old.
Actually, it says he's from Washington. It doesn't say whether it's the state or D.C.
I would say it just says Washington is probably the state. Wilson's 1 for 2, single to right and struck out. Had a great spring, 474. The start of spring, it was between Wilson, Homer Bush, and Miguel Cairo for the second base spot that was vacated when the Yankees traded Alfonso Soriano to the Rangers for A-Rod. Wilson, who's never had an opportunity to start every day in the big leagues, seized this opportunity, and he has wrested the job from the other 2.
Good hitting and slick fielding. What we have found, we've seen Enrique play third, short occasionally. Certainly second base, he can really turn the double play. Quick hands around the bat.
Line drive, right center field, another base hit for Enrique Wilson. That splits the outfielders, and it goes to the wall. Wilson will jog into second with a leadoff double here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, with the opportunity that's been presented to Enrique this spring, we have also seen, particularly from the left-hand side of the plate, if you get a pitch up in the zone, like right there, he's going to hit it hard. And on this artificial surface, it doesn't take much to get the ball to skip through to the wall, and the outfielders in the retrieving mode. It's Tuffy Rhodes down that road once again into the gap, retrieving a baseball.
Here's Kenny Lofton. His job is to move Wilson over to third. He might do better than that. Line drive to center field, but it's caught by Tuffy Rhodes. Nice play. Hustling back is Wilson, and he'll get there ahead of the throw. So Tuffy Rhodes takes a base hit and possibly an RBI away from Kenny Lofton, and Rhodes gets a nice hand.
Well, after that play last inning in which he was charged with an error, this is sort of a redemption play. And see how he maintains and gets back up quickly, just pushing off with his left hand and firing the second base, trying to double up Enrique Wilson. There's Enrique thinking it's a base hit. He's heading towards third. Now he has to retreat. And just gets back ahead of the throw.
Here's Derek Jeter, 1 for 3, homered his last time up.
Yeah, Derek was the first batter that Randall faced. And he wished Derek were not that first batter after the home run.
Yankee captain digs in. And a breaking ball strike. Strike, and the count 1-2. Now the Yankees lead 6-1. In Japanese, that's rock to itch. The number 6 is rock, And the number 1 is pronounced itch. One, two. And the count 2-2.
Rock.
Itch.
6-1. They have paper, scissors in there too? Rock, paper.
Rock, paper, itch. And the count is full at 3-2. Enrique Wilson is at second. One man out. Yankees lead 6-1, top of the 6th inning. And the 3-2. He struck him out 2 away.
Derek had the type of swing in which he saw this ball very well, and he tried to do too much with it. He didn't have the type of swing the last time when he hit the home run. He saw it well. It kind of hung right there for him to hit it, and he just tried to do too much. And sometimes by doing that, you see you force your head out of there, and you actually miss the ball.
And he waited on it nicely.
He knows he should have hit that.
Here's Alex Rodriguez. Runner still at second now with 2 outs. Rodriguez 0 for 3 today. And the pitch is low. Breaking ball is inside. Alex Rodriguez, who's been number 3 his whole life, is number 13 with the Yankees, and a lot of people have a problem with that because 13 is an unlucky number in the States. But here in Japan, it is not. In fact, they have 13s in hotels. Some hotels, though, do not have the number 4 because the number 4 signifies death in Japanese. And you see very few players use the number 4. Very few hotels with the number 4. A lot of rooms with end in 4 do not exist in hotels in this country. In fact, the number 4 is retired here in Japan, and it was worn by Toshio Kurosawa, who was not a very good player, but he died of a long illness. Now, strangely enough, number 4 for the Yankees is also retired, worn by Lou Gehrig, who died of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. So you do not see many number 4s here in Japanese baseball. So number 13, Alex Rodriguez walks, and that will knock Matt Randall out of the game. Looks like the trainer came out and took him out rather than the pitching coach. So it looks like an injury, which would mean that whatever pitcher the Giants bring in, they will have plenty of time to warm up. So we'll step aside for just a moment. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Runner on first and second, 2 outs. Yankees lead 6-1.
What if it had DVD navigation and laser-assisted cruise control? What if it had a rear-view monitor to see what lies behind? And one of the most advanced all-wheel drive systems in the world to propel you ahead? What if has become what is? The FX from Infinity.
Security, I think, is not always a given, which may have been something that we took for granted in the past.
To ultimately be the victor in the war against terrorism, we need all Americans to be engaged, down to the point where we ask mothers and fathers to think about doing some simple things at home to protect themselves and protect their children.
No terror that's even greater, not knowing if your children are safe, if your family's safe. Doesn't come worse than that.
people and your children understand that there is a plan.
Having these plans in place, it's just sort of common sense.
Establish like a communication plan, how to get in touch with each other.
You'll have a radio, you'll have a flashlight, you'll have batteries.
Make sure you have enough water and food.
Have your basic essentials that you would need in everyday life. You will have done something to prepare. You were in control. You had a choice. We're asking America to be ready.
People will pull together, and people will make it through this.
The Imperial Palace here in Tokyo, that's Nanko, the Nanko statue. He was a Japanese military commander for the palace. And the Imperial Palace is where the royal family lives. The Emperor Akihito and his wife Michiko have 3 children, and they all live in the Imperial Palace. And Hideki Matsui's so big, he could just ring the bell of the Imperial Palace and visit whenever he likes. And he has actually been in the Imperial Palace, which for the public is only open 2 days a year. January 2nd for the New Year's, and December 23rd, which happens to be the Emperor's birthday. Otherwise, you can't get in. Here's Hideki Matsui. He is 2 for 2 with a walk. He scored 3 runs, and boy, his return to the Tokyo Dome was dramatic, leading off the second inning, a long home run just to the right of dead center field. The new pitcher is Hideki Okajima, a left-hander. Does not have great control.
Oh, man.
And a wild pitch as the runners move up.
If they had lottery tickets here, we should go get them right now.
I think they do have them. I saw them.
A wild pitch. As Mike said, not good control. He bounces one about the last 6 inches weren't there. Only 60 feet in the dirt and away from Abe. That gentleman is the hitting coach, Kenji Awaguchi. He was Matsui's first hitting coach as a pro.
The 1-0 inside.
Before the game, I asked Mr. Awaguchi, what did it feel like to see Matsui in a different uniform? And he said he was very proud. He's very proud of what he's been able to do here in Japan and with the Yankees. He also said, when I mentioned that he did a very good job as a hitting coach with Matsui, he smiled at me, bowed, and said, "Thank you very much." And it was a brief conversation, but very poignant.
Matsui not getting a pitch to hit. It's now 3-0. Last time up, he also walked, and the crowd booed.
Well, they're still chanting, "Hit a home run, Matsui," in right field.
They were chanting "hit a home run" in the second inning, and the chant getting louder. That chant was just from the right field seats in the second inning. Now it seems like the whole ballpark is joining in. Their team is losing 6-1, but the native son is at the plate, so they are somewhat torn. Matsui stepped out. Time was not called, though, and the pitch was thrown right down the middle, 3-1. They're used to seeing Matsui hit home runs. The year that he left, 50 home runs, his free agent year. And Bobby Valentine actually thought that that would translate to 50 in the majors as well, but it didn't work out that way last year. The 3-1, a little bit low, and Matsui walks. And the crowd boos loudly. They want to see him swing the bat. As the bases are loaded.
Matsui has come home. Breaking ball in the dirt. That advanced the runners. Fastball inside. 3-0. Taking, there's the only strike of this sequence, and there's low for ball 4. Okajima, they think he might be able to close. But if he can't get the ball over the plate, he's not going to turn into Mariano Rivera, I'll tell you that.
Enrique Wilson at third. Alex Rodriguez at second. And Hideki Matsui at first. Bases loaded with Yankees. Here's Gary Sheffield. He's 0 for 3. And the pitch is outside. Boy, that sign behind the plate, it says it all. AM, PM. It's AM in New York. It's PM here in Japan. That's a convenience store here in this country. And boy, they seem to be on every single corner. But it sums up what this day's about.
It's like the 7-Eleven.
Exactly. And there's a strike. In Japan, it's 9:15 in the evening. Back in New York, it's breakfast with the Yankees 7:15 in the morning. Starting to see some AM/PM stores at home as well. He reaches out and hits that one to left center field. Shimizu is there, and he'll make the play for the final out of the inning. So the Yankees are kept off the board in this inning. No runs a hit, no errors, and the bases are left loaded. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-1 Yankees.
Hey kids, look, a fire truck.
Tom was a man of weak principles. Then he got free checking at Washington Mutual. With no hidden fees, it inspired Tom to be more honest.
So what's your story? I've never had a girlfriend and I still live with my mother.
Thank you all.
Sorry I'm late. I had a job interview. Nailed it.
Awesome, Chasey.
Have you guys seen Steel Magnolias? I was bawling.
Kudos, Tom.
So sad.
The world needs straight shooters like you.
There's a state where there's fun around every corner, where all cars are turbocharged, and there's a direct link between the right foot and a smile. Maybe that's why people who test drive a Saab usually buy one. This is the state of independence. Welcome.
Get $500 bonus cash when you take immediate delivery of a new 2004 Saab 9.3 linear sports sedan. Offer ends March 31st. Residency restrictions apply. Call 1-800-SAAB-USA for details.
Nice.
Yeah. With XM satellite radio, you get over 100 channels to choose from.
Wow.
What would it be like if Avis didn't try harder?
Excuse me. So if there's something wrong with our radio, we can only get one station.
This is a good song.
If we didn't try harder, we wouldn't be Avis. XM satellite radio, free with any premium or luxury car. Give us a call.
Swung on, hit high and deep to right field. It is high, it is far, it is gone.
Hey, baseball fans, it won't be long before the New York Yankees take the field to open the 2004 season. Call now and secure your Yankees season ticket packages or partial ticket plan. Season ticket plans offer you preferred pricing advantages, access to great seat locations, and postseason priority. The 2004 New York Yankees world class.
Like sands through the hourglass, the innings are running out of Joe Girardi's career. Unless there's an injury, he will not make this team, but he has played in regular season games here before. In fact, 3 Yankees have. John Lieber, Joe Girardi, and the pitcher Felix Heredia, who is taking over for Jose Contreras. They were all with the Cubs when they met the Mets here in 2000. And the interesting thing about that graphic is that both teams that made the trip here actually started off poorly. The Mets were 3-6 2 weeks later and 5th in the National League East. The Cubs 4-6 and 5th in the National League Central.
I wonder if they had the downtime that the Yankees will have when they return from Japan.
They had some downtime, but not as much, and they actually went to Chicago and didn't head back to spring training, which is what both of the Yankees and the Devil Rays are going to be able to do. Also, Brian Cashman spoke at length about this. There's a hot shot to Derek Jeter off his glove and into left field. So Takahashi hits a rocket past the Yankee shortstop. We'll see how they score it. It's a base hit.
Might be the effects of the artificial surface. Remember, the Yankees have not performed or played on artificial surface at all. No team does in spring training. And even when the Yankees go on the road to places like the Metrodome and Skydome, you can almost see there's like a day of adjustment. And then for the remainder of the series, they play pretty well.
Here's Tuffy Rhodes. Rhodes 1 for 2. And Heredia fires over to first. The interesting thing is Brian Cashman did an exhaustive research study on how these teams are affected by the trip. He spoke to Rich McKay, who used to be the general manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who played the Tokyo Bowl here with his Tampa Bay Buccaneer team. He also spoke at length with Bobby Valentine, who was the manager of that Met team that came in 2000. The Yankee trainers did an exhaustive research job on nutrition, what to feed the players on the plane so that they don't suffer from jet lag. And that's Gene Monahan and Steve Donahue put together that report. and they feel that they've done everything that they could to ensure that the Yankees do not start off slowly, nor are they affected adversely by this long trip. One other thing to note, the Mets started off poorly in that year, 3-6 after 2 weeks, but they were in the World Series facing the Yankees, so over the course of the season, it did not affect them to the point where they were hurt irreparably.
It was that report by Gene Monahan and the Yankee medical team was almost right down to the, when you should sleep, when you shouldn't on the plane.
Ground ball to second. Beautiful play by Wilson. Over to second one. Back to first. Double play. An outstanding 4-6-3 double play started by Enrique Wilson.
Well, we told you his forte is defense at second base, and this is as beautiful a double play as you will see. First, the spin move accurately to Derek Jeter, who turns it over the first on a rocket that seemed it was going to go in the right field for a base hit. Instead, it turns it to the pitcher's best friend.
Here's Roberto Pettigini. Pitches low. Everybody involved with the Yankees liked Alfonso Soriano. Good guy. Obviously, he gave the Yankees unbelievable offense out of the second base position, but no one would deny, even when he was here, he was not a proficient second baseman. The Yankees have certainly upgraded themselves defensively with Enrique Wilson.
Yeah, Soriano was a work in progress at second base. You could go with the way he played second base defensively because he's a 30-30 player.
Right.
Almost a 40-40, yeah.
Willie Randolph worked as hard as he could with Soriano, but you can only do so much. So the Yankees picked up defensively at second, and they picked up offensively at third with A-Rod. And Willie's actually changed jobs this year. After his entire coaching career as a third base coach of the Yankees, he's now the bench coach with Joe Torre. You see how Wilson's hit close to 500 this spring, Kenny? If he plays second base like that, he could hit 250, and he'd be worth the trouble. Yankees lead 6-1 in the bottom of the sixth inning.
Pettigini, another one of the giant sluggers. Their offense, as far as the Japanese leagues are concerned, they say they are like the Boston Red Sox. And we know the way the Red Sox can hit, or the Yankees for that matter.
Crowd chanting home run for Pettigini. Trying for it and fouls it off.
He takes a big swing.
Mike Messina will start the Yankee opener against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. That'll be on March 30th.
Prior to the game, I handed Mike Messina one of the giant baseballs, the balls that the giant pitchers are using tonight. And he mentioned it feels, a pitcher's hands, they can feel a difference in baseball when they pick it up. And right away he said, I could throw a better breaking ball with the Japanese ball.
Hot shot up the middle, a base hit for Pettigini. But when he was asked if he'd like to use that ball in a game, he said, no, I could throw a better breaking ball, but that ball flies a lot farther, too.
Well, it's been proven true. The Yankees have hit 3 home runs tonight.
And there's a difference in the baseballs. In this game, the Yankee pitchers are using the baseball on the left. They're using the American League or Major League Baseball with Bud Selig's signature on it. And they're allowing the Japanese pitchers, who have smaller hands, to use the smaller baseball. Here's Kiyahara. And the pitch a little bit low. Obviously, in the Yankee-Tampa Bay game, the Major League Baseball will be used throughout the ball game. Boy, the crowd here in this ballpark puts in a night's work, that's for sure. They do not relax. The kids in the outfield, they must be exhausted at the end of the game. And the count is 2-1. Tokyo Dome opened up in 1988. First dome stadium in Japan, and it was modeled after the Minneapolis Metrodome. And they call it the Big Egg. It has a nickname, the Big Egg. And there's a big line drive to left field, a base hit. Lofton Fields gets the ball in quickly as Pettigini moves to second. So a base hit for Kiyahara. And Felix Heredia has given up 3 singles in this inning.
But the double play so far has kept the Giants off the scoreboard. There's another pitch in the middle of the plate, and there's your base hit. But Kiyahara puts himself into the hit column with a solid line drive to left. Prior to the Tokyo Dome here, they had a Korakuen Stadium, which was an outdoor facility. And when I came over here to play, we came in November. So it was kind of chilly. Some of these games that we played, it felt more like World Series weather and beyond.
The weather the last couple of days here has been absolutely beautiful. Today temperatures about 65 degrees, and the cherry blossom trees, which they're very proud of throughout the city, are in full bloom. And Kenny and I actually walked to the subway today to get to the ballpark, and people were picnicking underneath the cherry blossom trees and just having a great time of it. Just a beautiful day here in Tokyo.
Yeah, picnicking, drinking sake, and singing songs. That's kind of a tradition in the spring. You have enough sake, you're going to sing.
Pitch to Abe. Count 0-2.
So here's the difference between Posada and Abe. Abe's just strictly a left-handed hitter, and now he's facing a left-handed pitcher. He's had 2 weak swings at breaking balls. Jorge Posada, on the other hand, he's hit a home run batting right-handed tonight.
And the 2-0. Or the 0-2 blocked there by Posada in the count 1-2.
You know, in Japan, you would have been right the first time because they say the strikes first here.
And they also have it that way on the scoreboard. And on the scoreboard it has strikes, balls, and outs. And in the States, it would be the other way around. So you can see it's 1-2 with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Line drive, foul down the right field line. A lot of foul territory here at the Dome. It's almost an indoor artificial turf version of the Oakland Coliseum. The 1-2 from Heredia. Swung on and foul tip. Posada could not hold on.
Yeah, after the steady diet of breaking balls, he tried to sneak the fastball by him and almost got it done. Abe barely stays alive at the plate.
They try to pick off at second. Wouldn't it be great if they actually batted Abe and then Tuffy Rhodes 1-2 in the lineup? It would be Abe Rhodes. Be a rock and roll part of the lineup. Nice block there by Posada. Count 2-2. Boy, that crowd's relentless.
They must be like the daughters and sons of the fans who were out there when I was playing.
And Heredia is 1 pitch away from loading the bases. 3-2 count, 2 outs, runners on first and second. The runners will be going. Heredia is on this team for these situations to get out lefties. And the 3-2. He walked him, bases loaded. So Heredia has faced 5 batters, 4 have gotten on. And the double play has saved his bacon so far. Along with Ken Singleton, I'm Michael Kagan. You are watching Yankees baseball live from Tokyo, Japan. And the Yankees lead 6-1 with the bottom of the 6th inning. We thank you for having breakfast with the Yankees and breakfast with us as well. We certainly appreciate your patronage. I believe there's going to be a pinch hitter. It's going to be Daisuke Motoki. And he will pinch hit for the light-hitting shortstop, Kawanaka. So new manager Tsuneo Horiuchi sees a chance right here to get something done, and Mel Stoudemire goes out and talks with Heredia. And we said earlier, and it bears repeating, they're going to take Heredia out of the game. This is a game the Giants are taking very seriously. It's a source of pride for the country and for the team and for the sport here in Japan. So obviously, they'd like to get something done against the Yankees. Certainly, they don't want to lose by this much. We'll come back, bases loaded with the Giants, see what they can do. Stay with us.
The exciting new, nothing else like it, GMC Envoy XUV. Exclusively at GMC dealers. Now get $37.50 total cash back or 0% APR for qualified buyers on every new 2004 GMC Envoy. To see the new XUV and the entire Envoy family, see the pros at your local GMC dealers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll put that out.
Got a little pop quiz for you. About what? Me. What do I have a hard time keeping shut? Name one team I played for. And what is my nickname? And now I got one for you. Do you know your kid's principal's nickname?
Know what really matters. Know about your kid's school. And know about your kid. Find out 100 ways to know more, do more.
Hey fans, group outings at Yankee games are a great way to build teamwork and camaraderie while experiencing the tradition and aura of Yankee Stadium. To form a group, gather 25 or more friends, family members, clients, or business associates, then call the Yankees Group Sales Department at 718-293-6000 or email groups at yankees.com. Well, the Yankees are taking this serious as well, and you can see they're trying to round closer into regular season shape as they bring in Paul Quantrill.
Yeah, earlier in the spring, Heredia might have been left in there to finish the inning, but Quantrill, as we get closer to the regular season, Joe Torre bringing him in a slot where he might be used against a right-handed hitter who's come up as a pinch hitter.
And one thing they know they'll get out of Quantrill is he'll throw strikes, and that's something that has kept Heredia from reaching the heights that he should with the skills that he has. Bases loaded. And there's a strike to count 1-1 to the pinch hitter, Motoki.
Motoki has somewhat earned the reputation of being a clutch hitter. So that's why he's sent up in this situation.
Ground ball to second. Wilson's right there, flips the Jeter, and Quantrill comes on and does the job. No runs, 3 hits, and 3 men left. The cherry blossoms with Tokyo Dome in the background. Some sights from Tokyo. 6-1 Yankees lead. We go to the 7th.
Close a great deal now with 0.9% financing or up to $2,500 cash back. On select new Nissans through March 31st at your Nissan dealer.
Son, come play.
2 nations, 1 game. It's Bonded by Baseball, an original Yes Network special about the history of the game, invented by Americans, played by the Japanese, and loved by both. Bonded by Baseball. Today after the Yankees game, only on Yes. The Yankees descend upon the land of the rising sun for a final tune-up against Japan's best. Tonight, the Bronx Bombers battle the Hanshin Tigers in a culture clash from the Tokyo Dome. Tonight at 10, only on Yes.
Top of the 7th inning here at the Tokyo Dome. Ohio gozaimasu. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us so early. Yankees lead 6-1. Jason Giambi leads off against Okajima. You know, we should be flattered, you know, Ken? Usually people wake up with Katie and Matt or Charles and Diane, Harry and Hannah, but they wake up with us today. How neat is that? You get 2 more opportunities to wake up with us as well. 5 a.m. tomorrow, 5 a.m. the day after that. Both of those games, Yankees against the Devil Rays. But tonight, 10 p.m., it's the Yankees against the Hanshin Tigers. So you actually get a day-night doubleheader of sorts. And then the games count for real starting at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then the day after that as well, Yankees against the Devil Rays. And those games count in the standings. Count 1 and 2 to Giambi.
Well, actually, they had to get up a little bit earlier to see us. How they're doing the wave here at Tokyo Dome. It's Mike Messina looking out towards the left field bleachers and on around now as the
This crowd is somewhat schizophrenic. They don't know exactly what to root for. They cheer for Matsui. They cheered for A-Rod and Jeter. But then, when it seemed like the Giants were back in, all of a sudden they realized, well, oh, wait a second, that's our team. Then they start to cheer for them. So,
once the rally ended, they didn't score. Now they go back to entertaining themselves.
Exactly. I think they cheer more for storylines today. And obviously the biggest storyline is that of the return of Hideki Matsui. And what a dramatic return it was. His first at bat in a Yankee uniform in the ballpark where he was made famous, and he hits a home run. It doesn't get more dramatic than that, and he certainly has a flair for that. He's shown that in his first year with the Yankees. The first at bat that he had on the road against the Blue Jays, opening night, base hit, grand slam in the home opener, and then leading off the 2nd inning here at the Tokyo Dome, a 420-foot home run. Talk about rising to the occasion. I'd smile too. Breaking ball, strike 3. Giambi down looking.
Oh, emphatic strike 3 call by the home plate umpire Sasaki. Yeah, he put something into this called strike 3. Giambi thought it might have been low, but you got to sell the call.
That almost looked like the Leslie Nielsen character in the Police Squad movies. Naked Gun. I thought he was going to moonwalk there. Here's Posada, who has a big 3-run home run in this game. Yankees have 3 home runs: Matsui, Posada, and Derek Jeter.
You know, I think back to the is Motoki, who took over at shortstop. He was a pinch hitter. Kawanaka now out of the game. I think back to the comparisons that we had of these 2 teams and how similar they are in each country. The Giants with all their championships, the Yankees with all of theirs, and you know the major following that the Giants have throughout this country.
Ground ball left side through for base hit. So Posada picks up his 2nd base hit.
You know, all their games are shown nationally. Wherever the Yankees go in the United States, the crowds are pumped up. You know, more people come to the games.
Yankees started in 1903. The Giants at 34. Amazingly, I mean, that middle number, 39 American League pennants for the Yankees, 39 league titles for the Giants. The Yankees have won 26 World Series, and the Giants 20 Japan Series championships. The longest streak the Yankees had was 5 straight, 1949 to 53. And the Giants actually reeled off 9 straight from 1965 to 1973. And the Giants are the dominant team here in Japan. Sometimes in the States, the Yankees are resented for being dominant. Here in Japan, it seems to be embraced. They have the most money. They go out and they get the best players, and that's just the way it is. In fact, the Giants don't share any of their television revenue with the other teams.
There was a team that played in this area, the Nippon Ham Fighters, and they actually moved up north to Sapporo. And American fans and fans in New York might remember Sapporo because they had the Winter Olympics there years ago, and they built the Dome Stadium up there. But one thing the Ham Fighters found, that once they got there, as we watch Sierra hit the ball foul, that 70% of the fans in their new home are Giant fans. So they have to overcome the Giants, even though they've moved to a new area where they are the dominant team.
That wasn't great market research. Tsuyoshi Shinjo used to play for the Giants in San Francisco, and the Mets now plays for that team. And the manager of that team is a former Yankee, Trey Hillman, who managed in the Yankee farm system.
And Shinjo will be playing for Mr. Hillman for the Ham Fighters.
Shinjo actually made some history. He was the first Japanese player to get a base hit in the World Series. And in fact, Shinjo was not a very good player here in Japan. He's less than a 250 hitter. And Ichiro, the great right fielder with the Mariners, actually took offense that Shinjo came to America because he wanted to be the first position player to play in this country. All the other Japanese players that came to the States were pitchers. But Shinjo decided to do it, and Ichiro told friends, I cannot believe the Mets would sign a player like this. And then he went and became the first Japanese player to get a base hit in the World Series, and Hideki Matsui became the first Japanese player to homer in the World Series in Game 3 last year. Sierra, ground ball at third. Nice stab. There's one. And there's two. And around the horn, 5-4-3 double play. No runs, a hit, no errors. And because of the double play, nobody left on base. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, get up and stretch. It's the Yankees 6 and the Giants 1.
Ford's real proud of its all-new Freestar, especially with all its storage capacity. 10 different storage compartments available from the driver's seat alone. And some real innovative thinking, like 2-tier storage in the door. I mean, there's compartments everywhere in this thing. Behind the seat, in the center console, on the headliner, down here at the base of the audio system, and my favorite, right here in the dashboard. I'm telling you, you're going to have to buy stuff to fill this puppy.
Drive the all-new 5-star safety-rated Ford Freestar for only $269 a month.
Consumers keep choosing Yellow Book Yellow Pages.
We'll find out which directory really has the right stuff.
Can't argue with science. Start the engine.
Take it up to 20 miles per hour. 20 miles per hour.
Pick it up to 580.
Crank it up to 580.
I didn't realize Yellow Book has so much in it.
Imagine the phone company beaten in our own tunnel.
Once again, it's Yellow Book, not the other book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Swung on and hit high and deep to right field. It is high, not as far. It is gone.
Hey, baseball fans, it won't be long before the New York Yankees take the field to open the 2004 season. Call now and secure your Yankees season ticket packages or partial ticket plan. Season ticket plans offer you preferred pricing advantages, access to great seat locations, and postseason priority. The 2004 New York Yankees world class.
The Bronx Bombers are back, rearmed, reloaded, and reunited for another run at the title. Join the Yes Network for a complete preview of the upcoming season on Yankees 2004. This morning at 9, right here on Yes. For the NBA's best, it's nothing but Nets. Tomorrow, Jefferson and the Nets get fierce on fierce and the Boston Celtics in New Jersey. Join Fred Hickman for complete pregame coverage tomorrow starting at 7, only on Yes.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Yankees lead 6-1. Nishi leads off against Quantrill, and the first pitch is a strike. Couple of defensive changes for the Yankees. New catcher is John Flaherty, as Jorge Posada had a good day, including that 3-run home run. Got a new first baseman, Tony Clark. Giambi takes the rest of the night off. And Bubba Crosby takes over for Sheffield and right. Now, you might be looking at the Yankees and going, why are the Yankees wearing the home white pinstripes when they're playing a road game? The Giants, this is their ballpark. There's a good reason for it. The Japanese people so wanted to see the famous Yankee pinstripes that there was a dispensation given to the Yankees that they could wear their home uniform just so the Japanese people could actually get a look at the Yankees in the famous white pinstripes.
And that will continue on into the regular season that opens here when they play the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. The Yankees will continue to wear their home pinstripes, even though they will be the visiting team against Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, these are home games for Tampa Bay. They'll bat last, but the Yankees will wear the home uniforms. And the home uniform, of course, the home white pinstripes with the interlocking blue NY on the left chest, blue number on the back, no name, of course. And the Japanese people wanted to see it. Ground ball back to Quantrill. Over to Clark, one away.
The batter, left fielder number 9, Takayuki Shimizu.
You know, we got to look at Flaherty, and Flaherty is going to be the backup catcher to Jorge Posada. Now, if Flaherty gets hurt tonight or tomorrow, that's the only chance Joe Girardi has of making this team. So the next game against the Hanshin Tigers might be the last game of Joe Girardi's playing career. And if that is in fact the case, he is not going to be unemployed for long, Kenny, because he will join us in the booth for the opener against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. So talk about a job switch in a hurry.
You know, it's interesting that Joe's career is going to end here in Japan because the same thing happened to me in 1984.
And you became a broadcaster as well.
I didn't know I was going to become a broadcaster. I knew I kind of wanted to. But when I played, I think my last at bat was, can't recall the stadium, but I got a double. And that was the last time I batted. And I knew I didn't want to play anymore.
Long fly ball to right field. Bubba Crosby's there. He has room. And he'll put it away for the second out of the inning, retiring Shimizu. Hey, today after the game on Yes, check out 2 new Yes Network specials. First up, it's Bonded by Baseball, documenting the history of America's pastime in the land of the rising sun. Then immediately after Bonded by Baseball, Yankees 2004 gives a preview of the Bombers' upcoming 2004 season. Bonded by Baseball and Yankees 2004 following today's game, and that's only on Yes. Here's Kokubu with 2 outs and nobody on. Well, I asked Joe Girardi, does he have any doubts? And he said, absolutely not. I'm ready. I know that I've had a really nice career, and I'm ready to move on. He has some managerial aspirations, but is also a very good broadcaster, as he proved last year during the playoff games for ESPN Radio. So he'll join us in the booth if he doesn't make the team. Kokubu goes down on strikes. Girardi enjoying his last couple of innings as a player. We go to the 8th. Yankees lead 6-1.
The Yes Network goes global to bring you the true story of Yankee slugger Hideki Matsui. With special interviews and exclusive footage, it's the tale of Go-Go Godzilla's journey from the Far East to the South Bronx. Matsui, Godzilla's Tale, tonight at 9:30.
Yes, でご覧ください。
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Here's tonight's starting lineup on the Yes Network, the home of champions.
Parents, come here. Come a little closer. Are your kids getting enough art? Arts education programs are being cut, making it hard for kids today. The arts can help your kids read, write, and express themselves better. Drama, music, and dance can build self-confidence. So get your kids involved in the arts and see how much fun it can be. Trust me.
Art. Ask for more. AmericasForTheArts.org.
Mrs. Lawson.
I still don't have it all.
I can't keep coming back like this. I need the rent.
I know. It's just that I have 3 kids. No one, Emily. Would you go back and watch your brother, please? No, it's okay.
Exclusively from the home of champions, it's Yankeeography, the Yes Network's Emmy-winning series that brings you true stories of true legends.
Whatever Yogi wanted to do,
Yogi could do.
It's the names you remember.
Mantle had gifts from God, literally.
From the games you won't ever forget.
Jeter backhand.
Go inside the pinstripes with Yankeeography. Only on Yes, the home of champions.
The Village People translate into Japanese. They play YMCA here, the top of the 8th inning, and just like in the Bronx, in the middle of the 5th, they do the YMCA dance. A lot of things translate. You see McDonald's, you see Kentucky Fried Chickens, Pizza Hut, and now you see YMCA, Kenny.
And you see Sony.
Now pitching for the Giants, number 29.
You know what else you see a lot of? Starbucks, every block it seems. I guess coffee translates here to the Far East as well. Well, we go to the 8th inning. Enrique Wilson leads off against Okajima. Hideki Okajima, the third pitcher used by the Giants. Nope, now there's a new pitcher. Check that.
Maeda.
And that is Yukinaga Maeda. They've used 3 left-handers against the Yanks. First pitch is up and away. Six, 9-3 Yankees. 1-6-1 Yomiuri Giants.
Enrique's had himself a good game. Couple of hits, single and a double. Excellent defensive plays. Started a super double play that helped keep the Giants off the board a couple of innings ago. 474.
You're doing well when your average sounds like an area code.
Well, let's put it this way. He has seized an opportunity. You know, you figure if he hadn't hit like this, the Yankees might have been in the market for finding somebody to play second.
The 2-1. Line drive. Ooh. Right at Kakubu. One away.
Left fielder, number 12, Kenny Lofton.
Back to the top of the Yankee lineup, Kenny Lofton. But first, a look at that line drive by Wilson. Even when he makes outs, he makes them hard.
Kakubu stays with it and flags it down over at the hot corner.
Look, he's blaming the bat.
I don't know if he could have hit it any better than he did.
Breaking ball by Maeda is up and in. Considered an excellent setup man for the Giants. And he joined the Giants as a free agent from the Dragons. And they needed to improve their bullpen, so he's one step along the way. Popped up. Shallow center field. Nishi is back. He's there. 2 away. Let's take a look at the Yankees in-game box score. Sponsored by your Tri-State Lincoln Mercury dealer. Lofton's now 0 for 5. Jeter 1 for 4 with a home run. Rodriguez walked. Hideki Matsui, what a day. 2 walks, 2 for 2, a home run. His first at bat returning here to the Tokyo Dome in the 2nd inning. Jorge Posada 2 for 3, a home run, a 3-run shot. Enrique Wilson, we detail what type of day he's had as well. 2 for 4 as he continues his hot spring. So that's the Yankees in-game box score. Here's Derek Jeter. You saw that he was 1 for 4, the one a home run in the 5th inning. And a breaking ball is a strike. Earlier in the day, and if you're in the States last night, Tampa Bay and the Hanshin Tigers tied at 7. These games will not go into extra innings. And that's an agreement made before the series began.
Yeah, earlier we talked about the time constraints of Japanese baseball because the players travel around the country by train. They go on the bullet train, which I've been on. Quite an experience. It's moving so fast, but it's so smooth you don't feel the movement. 187 miles per hour, top speed.
Didn't you do that between Tampa and Fort Myers that day? The 0-2 upstairs. Maeda has some giddy up on the fastball.
Most of the country, or most of the people in the country, travel by rail. That's how they get to and from work. They're just They just don't have the landmass for super highways. And once you get away from the coast, it almost goes directly up to the mountainside. So you can see why most of the travel is by train.
This country is about the size, landmass-wise, of California. 140 million people. 10% of those people live right here in Tokyo. 14 million people. So more people live in this city than live in New York City. And the count goes full at 3-2.
And public transportation, they actually have people on the subway systems whose job is to push people into those last few people into the cars. They wear white gloves so not to soil anybody's clothing, and that's their job, to push people onto the train.
Yeah, a lot of people. There's more traffic in Tokyo than in Manhattan during rush hour. (3-2) fouled away. I think the entire state of California might have 20 million people in it.
Yeah, I think it's closer to 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means 110 million more in the same land space. A very densely populated country. (6-1) Yankees lead, top of the 8th inning. 2 outs. Jeter at the plate with a full count. Alex Rodriguez is on deck. Chopped the shortstop. Matoki field fires, got him. And that will do it. Look at the Tokyo Tower. A little bit bigger than the Eiffel Tower. They're proud of that here in Tokyo.
Dad, that's clean.
That's good, huh?
Come around here and check it out, right? All right. That's smooth, right? Like that? Yeah. Check the big boy out. Navigation system. I like that. Beautiful leather seat. The seats are just real comfortable. See that? Hit that. Oh, okay. Huh? That's hot. I scored.
You look good in the car.
For sure.
I look good in this, I think.
You do.
So tonight, I think you should let me get the keys.
No way. No.
The 2004 Lincoln Navigator. Travel well.
In the desire to move ideas forward, printing in black and white has served us well. But color is more effective. The fly in the ointment: cost. Imagine multifunction printers that give you low-cost color without raising the cost of your black and white. The new line of color printing systems from Ricoh. Ricoh.
The New York Yankees, the most renowned sports franchise in the world, have won more championships than any other team in the history of sports. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, April 9th, as the Yankees play the White Sox. All fans in attendance will receive a 2004 magnetic schedule, courtesy of Verizon Wireless. The 2004 New York Yankees, world class.
No matter the country, you're at a baseball game, you must have a hot dog. And it is a big seller here at the Tokyo Dome. Hot dog and beer, pizza, it's all here. Also here is the Yankee lead, 6-1, bottom of the 8th inning. Gabe White on for the Yankees. And Takahashi offers it the first pitch. And he pops it up, and it's caught by Flaherty, one away. One pitch, one out.
Good play by Flaherty, staying with it, coming back to the screen. You can see he takes that glance, and that gives him an idea how much room he has. And he had about maybe 1.5 steps before he actually got to the screen. John Flaherty, excellent pickup for the Yankees last spring. Calls a good game, and swung a pretty good bat in a reserve role behind an all-star in Jorge Posada.
There's Tuffy Rhodes, and that one is lofted into left center field. Giving chase is Matsui. He can't get there. The new left fielder, Darren Bragg, cuts it off, and he'll fire it into the new shortstop, Felix Escalona. So Tuffy Rhodes picks up his second base hit of the game.
First baseman, number 00, Koji.
Looked like a pitch that was up in the zone from Gabe White, and you could see the glove of Flaherty reach up to receive the ball. And Tuffy Rhodes didn't hit it that well, but it's well placed. It drops in front of Bragg and Matsui in left center field for the base hit. And Tuffy Rhodes has his second hit of the game.
And that'll do it for Gabe White. Joe Torre and Mel Stoudemire wanted to see White against the left-hander Rhodes. He left the pitch up. Rhodes lined a single to left center field. So we're going to step aside for just a moment as White heads to the dugout. A new pitcher coming out will be Tom Gordon. Stay tuned for the matchup.
Monday morning came too soon. It's entering my.
There is really only one boy, one girl, one tree, one forest, one ocean, one mountain, one sky, and one simple way to care for it all. Please visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together under one name, EarthShare. One environment, one simple way to care for it.
I always said I was going to be playing professional baseball. That's all I ever talked about. The thing that means most to me is I want to be remembered as a Yankee. You either love us or hate us. I enjoy playing at home in front of the greatest fans in the world. And I also enjoy going on the road, people booing us and hating us. The bottom line is when you compete, you want to win. I live for this.
Catch Major League Baseball live all season long on TV. Don't miss it.
Back here at the Tokyo Dome, Yankees lead 6-1. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. New pitcher is Tom Gordon. Runner on first base, one out. Koji Goto is the pinch hitter. Pinch hitting for Roberto Pettigini. And there's a strike from Tom Gordon. Pinch runner, Takahiro Suzuki. Here in the 8th inning, pinch running for Rhodes. There's Suzuki.
It looks like he can run. They're not holding him on.
For those of you that are just climbing out of bed, Tom Gordon is the Yankees' 5th pitcher. And we wish you Ohio gozaimasu, which is good morning in Japanese. Yankees have had a splendid first exhibition game here against the Yomiuri Giants, and the big storyline was Hideki Matsui returning home to the site of his greatest triumphs, and in the second inning he led off with a long home run 420 feet away. Could be 2. Escalona to Wilson, one on to first, not in time. We want to remind everybody that you're watching Yankees baseball now, and at 10 o'clock tonight, another game. It's going to be the Yankees against the Hanshin Tigers. So you might be saying, well, wait a minute. Yankees are playing 2 exhibition games on one day? No, not really. This is a night game in Japan. It's daytime in New York. And it's going to be a day game tomorrow in Japan and nighttime in New York tonight. So it's 2 games in one day in New York, but 2 games on separate days here in Japan. Big, healthy cut by Kiyahara.
That kind of semi-explains it. When the Yankees flew here from Tampa, they left on Thursday and skipped all of Friday. They got here on Saturday. They lost a day. Of course, we get it back on the way back on the return trip.
Now, we want to remind everybody that tomorrow at 5 a.m., the Yankee season starts. Those are not exhibition games. It's the Yankees against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. It's part of the 2004 championship season. And Mike Messina is going to start for the Yankees, and that game will be in the standings, as will the next day, also at 5 a.m. 2 games, Yankees against the Devil Rays to start off the 2004 season. And Kiyohara could not hold up against Tom Gordon. So Gordon comes on and does a very nice job. No run to hit, no errors, and one man left. We have played 8 full here at the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan. Yankees 6 and the Yomiuri Giants 1.
This Sunday, start collecting Hall of Fame Yankees in the Daily News. Every Sunday, you'll get a free 8x10 print of a Yankees Hall of Famer, along with the stats that got him there in a colorful Bill Gallo portrait. Now you can create your own Yankees Hall of Fame from the official Daily News photo collection. Greats like Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Phil Rizzuto, Mickey Mantle, and this Sunday, Yogi Berra. Get your frameable photos free every Sunday, only in the Daily News.
Okay, sir, here's your Avis Care package with local information, traffic rules, and a map.
What would it be like if Avis didn't try harder?
Did Brad ask about me? Well,
Do you have a map?
I gave you a map.
No, you didn't. I never.
No way that I was leaving you to check out.
I never got it.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Can I have another map?
No.
Okay. If we didn't try harder, we wouldn't be Avis. The Avis Care package. Thanks. Give us a call.
The roads were really nasty. Where's your truck?
Want to handle anything? Then get into Jeep Adventure Days, where well-qualified owners or lessees can get a Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo for just $299 a month, and our 770 powertrain limited warranty on every trail-rated Jeep 4x4. See your local Jeep dealer today.
New York Yankees baseball is being brought to you in part by LoJack, the only auto security system that works with police to recover stolen vehicles. Samsung, bringing digital technology together for an easier, richer, more enjoyable life. And by Nissan, and your Nissan dealer. Well, it's been a great first game here in Tokyo. We've had a great time so far in this city in Japan. The people are so friendly. They could not be more accommodating. A lot of Yankee fans, as Matsui is the man, and since he's playing for the Yankees, you see so many Yankee jerseys around town. Here at the Tokyo Dome as well, this game is sold out. All of the games have been sold out. The game this afternoon between the Devil Rays and the Hanshin Tigers also jammed. So Brian Sikorsky is the 5th pitcher used by the Giants. He will pitch the 9th inning and try to keep it at 6-1.
Young man, originally from Detroit, Michigan, has had some experience in the major leagues a few years back with the Texas Rangers and pitching here for the Yomiuri Giants.
Alex Rodriguez 0 for 3 with a walk. And Sikorsky deals. It shows you that you're getting close to the regular season. It's the 9th inning, and Alex Rodriguez is still in the game. Yankees breathed a sigh of relief on Wednesday against the Red Sox. Rodriguez had a ball hit him in the left side of the face, a throw from Hideki Matsui at third base. He left the field, underwent a CAT scan. CAT scan was negative, and the only remnants of that is that shiner under his left eye. Everything is okay. So Alex breathed a sigh of relief, and so did the Yankees. It's like he just got in a fight. And the baseball won. And the count 1-2. In the dirt, blocked by Abe. And the count is level at 2-2.
You know, one thing about facing a pitcher for the first time, pitcher always has the advantage. He knows what he's going to throw. And unless he makes a major mistake, first experience, pitchers usually come out on top.
Let's see if that's a fastball in Japanese.
Yeah, it was. Shuto.
And the full count delivery to A-Rod. Fouled away. Hideki Matsui always the team player, never really courting the spotlight, as you see the Yankee bullpen. Actually said that he's sorry that Alex Rodriguez's first game as a Yankee has to be overshadowed by Hideki Matsui. He said this should be Alex's time. (3-2). Rodriguez hangs in there.
Of course, he's made a couple of good pitches here. First with a breaking ball, then with a fastball, and Alex Rodriguez comes with enough of a reputation that he got a nice round of applause. And also for the pitchers, they know if they don't make good pitches, he'll be rubbing up a new ball.
3-2 pitch. Chopped slowly to short. Mitake is there. One away. And now Hideki Matsui will come to the plate for the final time tonight, barring a late rally by the Giants.
Let's take a look back. This is Yankee Stadium opening day against the Minnesota Twins and Joe Mays. The bases are loaded, but not for long. First game at Yankee Stadium and a grand slam. Here tonight, returning to Japan for the first time since signing with the Yankees. First at bat. Can't get any better than that.
And now here is his 5th plate appearance.
You know what? All those flash bulbs gone off. Those people didn't have to waste much film. They got what they needed on one of their first or second shots.
And now the crowd firmly on Matsui's side. When he got introduced at the beginning of the game, a little bit less than we thought it was going to be. Each at bat it has built up. And now everyone in this ballpark is rooting for Hideki Matsui. Chanting home run Matsui. 1-1. Matsui homered in the 2nd, singled to right in the 4th, walked and scored in the 5th, and walked in the 6th. And although the Japanese people do not like to see their players go to play in the United States, there is a sense of pride that one of their own is actually excelling in the country that gave birth to the game of baseball.
I would think, though, Michael, that the pride is there for sure. But years gone by, when players rarely went over to the States to play, when they went, it was hard to follow them. They were just gone. But with the Yankees being on television every game here in Japan, it's like Matsui's here, still here, in a sense. They can follow him on a daily basis, you know, albeit at odd hours of the day or night, but still they can watch the games.
Well, television and satellite have certainly turned a big world into a smaller global village, where a game played in New York is on at the same time on TV here in Tokyo. And Kenny's right, they follow every move that he makes. It's breakfast with Matsui every day. The 2-2. Strike 3. Matsui down looking. And kind of a surprise groan from the crowd.
Now batting, right fielder, number 62.
Study this at bat. Sikorsky. Just inside for a ball. Good fastball. Another good fastball. That hits the corner. 1-1. Looked like a splitter or a change in the dirt. Little sinker. Two-seamer. Foul ball. Targets away, but he hits the inside corner for ball strike 3.
There's Bubba Crosby. That one's hit deep to center field. Going back is Suzuki in front of the track. He makes the play. And the Yankees go down 1-2-3 in the 9th. Well, it's all been about Matsui. Now last licks for the Giants. Yankees are leading 6-1.
Do you have a piece of prize sports memorabilia unlike anyone else?
This is amazing.
The Yes Network is looking for those unique items hidden in your attic or proudly displayed on your mantle for our show, What's It Worth?
You have some very, very interesting pieces.
Tell us about your collectible by sending an email to whatsitworth@yesnetwork.com and you might be on our show.
You need to do your homework to find out what it's worth.
For more information, log on to our website at yesnetwork.com. What's it worth? Write us and find out today.
When you get involved with the Red Cross to help prepare your community, you never know how many lives you might change. When we come together, we become part of something bigger than us all.
2-0. That could have been some big inning for the Rangers. They had 4 consecutive base hits, 2 doubles. Hey, did he get all of it? Did he? Holy cow, he did it! Holy cow, Mattingly is unbelievable. The opposite field. Holy cow.
Don Mattingly has just tied a record, a home run in 8 consecutive games.
Last licks for the Giants, bottom of the 9th inning. Yankees lead 6-1. How'd they get there? Well, let's take a look at the plays of the game, brought to you by Continental Airlines, the official airline of the New York Yankees.
Well, maybe the play of the game, at least for the Japanese fans, was this. Second inning, leading off the inning, Matsui with a, well, it used to be a sayonara home run, but welcome back home. Jorge Posada with a 3-run homer for the Yankees in the 4th inning. That kind of stretched it out for the Yankees at the time, and they were not quite finished. The power of Derek Jeter is on display here in the far east for the home run to the far reaches of the bleachers in right center. 3 home runs for the Yankees tonight.
What a triumphant return for Hideki Matsui. 2 walks, 2 hits, a home run his first time up as it returns to the Tokyo Dome in a different uniform, the uniform of the New York Yankees. And the Giants are considered the Yankees of Japan. So Jeter and Posada have the rest of the game off, but they're watching as Mariano Rivera will try to close it out. And he will face the catcher Abe here in the bottom of the 9th. When Rivera walked to the mound, the strains of Enter Sandman actually played over the speaker system here at the Dome. And you see Rivera's numbers last year, and the crowd gave him a very large hand, showing their knowledge of the Yankee closer. But Abe lines up past the diving Miguel Cairo for a base hit to start out the bottom of the 9th.
4th time that Abe's been on base, a couple of hits, a walk, and he also reached on an error.
Number 2, Daisuke Motoki.
Mariano's had a very good spring. There's that cutter. Abe kind of fights it off. An inside-out type swing, pushes it into left field for a base hit. Mariano has not given up an earned run all spring long.
Ichiro Horita is the pinch runner as they go for speed at first base. There's Daisuke Motoki with a runner on first base and nobody out. Chop to second base. Tough play off the glove of Wilson. It rolls into right center field. And the Giants have runners on first and third as Horita moved to third. That'll be an E4. Tough play. Might have gotten a seam here at the Dome.
Let's take another look at this final hop here. This ball, yeah, it did. It took an erratic hop, hit the corner of the dirt and where the artificial surface meet. And an official scorer actually looked at that a little closer. He might give a hit to the hitter. But that's going to be an error. It took an erratic hop by Wilson and on into the outfield. And the Giants have runners at first and third. Not much you can do about that.
Manabu Iwadate is the pinch runner at first base. Nishi at the plate, runners on first and third. There's a strike. Nishi 0 for 4, so the Yankees have kept him off the bases. Important against the leadoff hitter. in any language. Fouled off in front of the plate, and the count quickly is 0-2.
If there's been one thing that has not been strong for the Yankees in this game, it has been the defense. 4 errors, yeah, and a little shaky play. The bats have been fine. The pitching's been very good. But the defense giving too many opportunities to the Giants. And some errors on some fairly routine plays that won't make Joe Torre very happy. Now, he might be happy with the outcome, but the defense and something is, artificial surface had something to do with this last error.
Strike 3. Nishi looking, 1 away. Later tonight on Yes, the Yankees battle more of Japan's best when they take on the Hanshin Tigers. Tigers are going to see pitches like that if Mariano Rivera comes in again. You can join Ken Singleton and me for complete coverage starting tonight at 10 when the Bronx Bombers take on the Hanshin Tigers live from the Tokyo Dome. That's only on Yes. Takayuki Shimizu with runners on first and third with 1 out. Shimizu is 0 for 4 today. And that pitch is upstairs. Right now, the Yankees lead rock to itch at 6-1. Fisted out towards second base. A run's going to score. Wilson takes the out at first. Runner moves to second, and the Yankee lead is now 6-2. Give an RBI to Shimizu. And that's a classic Mariano Rivera out.
Number 6.
Bats can break. As far away as Japan gets in on the hands of yet another left-handed hitter. And the only one Shimizu can take away from that particular at-bat is an RBI. Still, I was going to say still not an earned run scored against Rivera this spring.
Hiroki Kokobo lines one to right field. That's a base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third. So Kokobo picks up a single. And that will bring up Takahashi.
Looked like a cutter hanging up and out over the plate. And we've mentioned over the years that right-handed hitters have done considerably better against Mariano, particularly when he gets pitches out where they can just hit it to the opposite field. Ball breaking towards the barrel of the bat.
Right fielder number 24, Yoshinobu Takahashi.
Yoshinobu Takahashi. Giants are down by 4. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Mariano Rivera trying to close it out. Swing and a miss.
Of all the players that were introduced prior to the game, Takahashi and Kiyohara got the biggest hands. Kiyohara maybe a bigger hand because he's been around longer. He's more popular, but Takahashi is the up-and-comer.
Quickly, Rivera up in the count 0-2.
Takahashi is batting 4th. He is the one who's supposed to be the next Matsui, or a reasonable facsimile.
And the 0-2. Missed outside, 1-2.
That was just a show-me pitch. Throw it away from him, maybe make him think a little outside, and all of a sudden back in where he makes his living against left-handed hitters.
The 1-2. He struck him out and the Yankees win. Far East, American League East, it doesn't matter. The Yankees beat the Giants 6-2 in this exhibition match that seemed like much more than a preseason game. Hideki Matsui returns home, and he returns home with a bang. A second-inning home run, his first at bat back in the Tokyo Dome in a Yankee uniform. We've got so much more to come. We'll break it down. We'll wrap it up. The Yankees beat the Giants 6-2 here at the Tokyo Dome in Japan.